Warframe.
Destiny 2.
Warframe.
Diablo or Path of Exile.
Wait a minute.
Path of Exile.
Here's a.
Diablo.
No, you can do that.
Oh,
to
these
me.
guys
What
are
the
streamers, so they're
hell?
okay. I see what's going on.
Man.
These guys are.
Diablo is my childhood. Path of Exile is a lot better.
They must be
now.
co-streaming
Breath
this.
of the Wild or Ocarina of Time.
Breath of the Wild.
Ooh. I have a long story about Ocarina of Time. Pass.
Ocarina of Time.
Roguelikes or Metroidvanias.
Roguelikes.
I forgot what
Roguelikes.
dude's name is with the
Metroidvanias.
glasses, but I've watched him every now and then. And I know her. I just don't remember her name either.
Roguelike? Metroidvanias?
Can we just put the
Castlevania.
crowd
Achievement
in?
hunting or multiple playthroughs.
Multiple playthroughs.
Multiple playthroughs?
Is this live? Yeah.
Achievement hunting.
People who only play games for achievements are so low on my totem pole.
What the hell?
What was this?
Bro, that's so mean. What's wrong with you? That's so mean. What the hell? Oh my god.
Multiple playthroughs.
What the hell? What?
Sorry.
You're gonna get so much shit for that. I swear. What the hell? She probably plays more than you. This comment says, oh my god. This comment, oh shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the New Games Plus Showcase. I don't know what we're gonna see other than it being new games, so let's lock in and see what the hell we got. These look fun. Oh, old school stuff. Yo, if they freaking did what the hell is that Square Enix game? That game that Microsoft and Square Enix were doing a long time ago. If they bring that shit back, I would lose my mind. Because there was a report that I just found out about today that apparently Blizzard was thinking about going back to doing a StarCraft third-person shooter. And if that's the case, you know what that means? StarCraft Ghost could be real. And if StarCraft Ghost comes out, I will lose my freaking mind. I don't like Blizzard. I don't at all. I don't really like Microsoft either. But if they make StarCraft Ghost, I will lose my mind. Because they had something back in like 2004, 2005, and they dropped it. You should do it now. This is the best time to do it. I like this little sizzle reel. I don't know any of these games though, but this looks nice. Was that called? That wasn't Call of Duty, was it? You know what? While this sizzle reel is going on, I'm gonna go ahead and really work on tea because the hot water's been brewing, so I'll put the tea bag in and I'll probably use the restroom real quick. That looks sick. So I'll be right back. Enjoy this sizzle reel.
Welcome to the New Game Plus Game Showcase, a new initiative built by creators who love games for what they are and not just the games that pay to have them promoted. First up, I'm Hunter. I'm normally behind the camera across gaming and esports events, and I work on social accounts for a ton of different games. My favorite games of all time would probably be RuneScape, Dark Souls 3, Leaf Green, Black Ops 2, and Star Wars Battlefront 2. Then we have Jake Lucky, kind of the point where gaming, esports, and streamers collide. If you look at him for too long, you'll start to wonder why his neck is so long, and if you look at his Twitter for too long, you'll wonder how much Nadeshot paid him to tweet clips of him every single day. His favorite games of all time are RuneScape, Age of Empires 2, Halo Infinite, Jumpstart Adventures with Bodley, and CSGO. Next up, Luality, a streamer with a hatred of spoons and a love for dragon sex. Lua probably has more personality than the rest of us in her pinky. Her favorite games include Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, XCOM 2, Witcher 3, and Mass Effect. Then, Luke Stevens, the mind of a critic with the heart of a fan. Luke breaks down games to their DNA and really looks at everything a game has to offer. Where our brains might be smooth, his is nice and wrinkled. His favorite games of all time are Elden Ring, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Last of Us, Witcher 3, and Batman Arkham City. The fifth and final in-person member this year is I Am Rob. Rob came from the hell of making Call of Duty videos to the other hell of platinuming games. His favorite games of all time are Witcher 3, Halo 3, Batman Arkham City, X-Men Legends, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Not to be confused with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 or Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. Then our final member is Blue Thunder, the man who is always spotlighting the next hidden gem before anyone else sees it coming. He just had a beautiful second child that luckily takes after his wife, so he's not here in person but was a major part of the showcase. His favorite games of all time are Resident Evil 2, Silent Hill 2, Elden Ring, The Last of Us, and Metal Gear Solid 2.
Together, we're pressing into how we think game showcases should feel: conversational, authentic, and transparent.
We are here to celebrate what actually excites us, incredible worlds, creative devs, and stories behind those games that we love so much.
There's no paid placements, no marketing scripts, just pure passion and excitement for what's coming up in gaming.
You can expect a wide range of content, including new trailers, fresh gameplay, developer interviews, behind-the-scenes content, and even some updates to your favorite games.
So sit back, grab your drink of choice, and let's dive into some of the games that we think are worth your attention. This is the New Game Plus Game Showcase.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, also, who picked the name?
New Game.
It's a work in progress.
Wait, what's the name of
New
it?
Game Plus shows the
New
showcase.
plus the game plus the showcase.
Have we trademarked that yet? Because I don't.
Oh, God.
Well, we have cups.
We already got this.
So the two on the left, Luke and Duality. I
There's no
heard the
Cheers.
descriptions of them. My goodness. Should I even really be showing the chat? No, I shouldn't. Okay, never mind. Let me
So
just
first
full
up,
screen.
we have three awesome games. We have Blind Descent coming from Owlcat. We have Deep
What the
Dish
fuck is
Dungeon
this?
coming from Behold and Raw Fury, as well as an exclusive interview with the Don Walker creative director.
Why is the screen like this? What is this on the side here? Is it so I can see the chat? I don't want to see the chat. Sorry, I missed the name of the game because I was freaking out about what the hell this is on the side. This UI looks so gross. Why is it like this on YouTube? Nah, fuck it. If it's just gonna be like that, then I'll just keep it like this. This looks interesting. Ooh, more musical content. Blind Descent. Oh, Blind Descent. Okay. Okay. Oh. Raw Fury's behind this too? Oh shit. And Behold. This looks so cool. I love the old school aesthetic with this. Oh shit, there's the chat again. Dungeon Crawler Slop is insane to say. But this looks dope. I like this. I like this. Now, if I were to... Oh, you can just exit it out. If I do that and then do this. Oh, there we go. Okay. Much better. Now you can't really see the chat. Good. Oh my god. Deep Dish Dungeon. Oh. You know, sometimes I don't mind seeing the chat, but I feel like they're gonna say something, because I really don't want that to be shown on screen. The blood of Don Walker.
Must be here somewhere.
What's the quality of it? 1080p? Okay. Is that the highest setting? The blood of Don Walker.
The Dawn Walker is like a special kind of being in our IP. It's neither fully a vampire nor a human. It's something in between. What this means is basically that you, as a Dawn Walker, you have underwent a transformation. You used to be human. And now, during the nighttime, you do get all the powers and the difficulties of being a vampire. So you get the blood craving and so on. But during daytime, these powers are dormant and you still have to eat. You have all the weaknesses of a human, right? But also the perks of being human. One of the things that is unique to humans in our IP is being able to use magic, so casting spells. The Dawnwalkers are not very commonplace in that IP. They are very, very rare, rarer than vampires. So you as a Dawnwalker are kind of special in this regard. I would say the short-term things that have immediate impact on the character development are you have to feed on, either animals or humans on blood suddenly, right? So you get these cravings, you get these like weird, eerie experiences that you didn't have as a human. Brensis and his clique of vampires actually
this
caught
game!
him on,
Oh,
on
shit!
his low point when he was vulnerable. He has used a specific
Oh.
traits of vampiric blood in order to cement his position in the valley. Because, as you might imagine, having a bloodsucker as your lord might be a tough sell. However, if the alternative is getting sick and, dying in thousands, actually it doesn't sound as such a horrible thing. He tries to kind of distort the religious beliefs in order to install himself as a savior of the valley. We do explore this in the game, so you might see, like, for example, statues erected to Brensis, new iconography shown in the local cathedral, for example, and in the castle and so on. There is this whole cult of personality he builds around himself. So he basically shows himself as something better than the old order, right? We do have a mechanic tied to shrines that are erected across the valley, and Brensis puts a lot of attention to kind of twist them to his own image, and these do have a functionality. When you play the game, we have assigned specific functions to them. Generally speaking, one of the things we wanted to achieve in this game is to have Brensis being this active antagonist. In a lot of games, the antagonists are out there to be defeated, but generally speaking, you have free reign, you do your own thing, and it doesn't really change much in how they approach you. In this game, what we wanted to do is to have Brensis react to your actions as you complete different activities throughout the valley, as you maybe undermine his operations and so on.
It's kind of like his seal of approval.
Exactly. So it's like, so basically the way you can think about it is
I like this.
The more you do in the valley,
I just didn't know that was what this game was, because at first I was like, oh, okay, this is just like another,
the more notorious
like another kind of like
will pass in order to
what would you call it?
support you.
I guess this is
For
like,
example, he might send out more
if you were to
soldiers
take
patrol
maybe Vampire the
roads and
Masquerade,
villages, right? He might,
maybe this is almost like what
in some
Vampire the
extreme
Masquerade
cases,
2 was
maybe
supposed to
even
be,
initiate
but
a
probably
lockdown of
not,
the
you know?
city to basically hamper your ways of traversing it, right?
It's also kind of
There is
cool
a
though
number
that you're
of these
able
edicts we
to
have prepared, and each
walk
of them
around
is
during the
designed
day
to kind of twist and
and
change
not have to worry about getting
general
caught
open
by
world
people because
gameplay.
people don't know you're a
It also
vampire.
has
You're a
benefits.
vampire.
There are factions in the valley that dislike Brensis, so the more notoriety you gain, the better standing with them you get. Like, they actually like that. There is a number of plot lines that you can follow if you want. You can also cut them off, because we have added these systems where, for example, you might lose control over Cohen when he's a vampire if he was hungry. You might kill off some important NPCs, and then the plot line just cuts off, basically, or you get some alternative version. There are some ways to enter the castle in the open world. You can ignore these side plot lines. You can level up Cohen and decide to attack the castle on your own, right?
Out of curiosity, is there romance in the game?
Romance, yes, of course. We do have,
Oh!
romance elements, yes. We didn't delve deep into like with whom yet.
Okay.
And I'll leave that for the future to talk about. However, yes, you can expect to build relationships with characters. Like I said, there is like one main goal, very varying ways to get to it. These different ways that you pick will impact, what happens with Veil Sangora in the end, and it's all up to you. And I think, I really recommend experimenting with this stuff and having fun with it.
First one, Blind Descent, Martian, survival, co-op, adventure.
Gives me Subnautica vibes, and in the best way possible. I really like it, but like more with land exploration, which is really cool. I honestly can't wait to try it.
We're also going to see a lot of survival games today. So I think it all comes down to what the ultimate depth of the game is. But my first thought when I saw Martian land was No Man's Sky. That's obviously like maybe a reach for expectation-wise, and definitely a tall task. But when I heard Martian, I thought No Man's Sky
don't do that to them.
Like you said, a lot
Don't
of
do
survival
that to
games, but I think it's popular right now, and I'm hopeful that a lot of them do it right. But this is like going underneath Mars and has aliens. It looks interesting. I like it.
I'm intrigued about the variety of ecosystems and aliens and plants that.
What was that?
Well, like you said, it's popular right now because people like them, and so they share a lot of things mechanically. But
do people say?
For me, it's usually the vibe, and this one has a vibe.
Yeah, it's a good vibe.
That's why I wonder how that gameplay loop goes. Like, how far down can you go? What kind of biomes are you experiencing as you continue to go down?
What's
And like
chat
you said, with
saying? I know I
survivals,
closed
we
it,
see,
but I'm
like, a
curious
lot of
about
the
what they have to
same
say.
Loops. So how can they?
Are there trees you can cut?
Yeah, like again, we're gonna talk about it a lot, but if you can cut a tree down, I'm good for survival games. I'm like
At that point,
I'm the target. I'm the target audience.
Then we have deep dish dungeon, co-op dungeon crawling, a survival game, handcrafted dungeon. You gather resources, cook to strengthen your party. You can party up with friends. I'm excited for it.
Speaking of vibes, this thing is a vibe. Like, I don't know what you'd call that art style, but whatever it is, like injected into my
Kind of retro,
veins.
right?
It's like pixel art, but then they also have like some voxel type tech for digging and breaking things. I don't know. Whatever it is, I like it.
Oh.
Okay, so when Luke said
Oh,
voxel,
okay. All right. I don't know
that's
what they're
big
talking
word count
about.
number
Talking
one of
about
the day.
Poland and
When I see that, I'm
probably
very
football.
basic. I'm like, that's
Okay.
got to be some form of
Let's go
pixel
back
art,
to the
which is
games.
definitely coming back. I feel like we're seeing more games kind of pull back that old view, that old like Minecraft pixel art, whatever you want to call it, voxel view.
I will be honest with you guys. While you guys are talking about pixels, I'm thinking I hope I can kill my teammates in funny ways. So sure, we'll go with the pixels.
Yeah, we were watching the trailer together, and the first thing she was saying was like, "Hey, how do I kill those I'm with?"
I mean, I have to imagine it's a dungeon crawling game about cooking in the dungeon. Surely you're gonna be able to accidentally poison yourself.
Oh,
you know?
so kind of
You
like
can
Delicious
get,
and
like,
Dungeon, the
bad
anime,
ingredients
when in
on
video game
purpose
form.
to murder your.
I bet you're
my God,
I bet you're gonna have to find out.
going there?
So I wonder though. With
She's
it being,
very
like,
chaotic.
in
That's why she's going
dungeons,
there.
Like if they're gonna have an in-game proximity chat kind of thing.
I hope
It's one of my favorite things in games like this when you're like walking through and you can hear your friend off in the distance. I wonder if they'll do something like that.
The Lethal Company
Yeah.
effects where they're like,
Especially you can hear them screaming.
like screaming.
Yeah, like at least
Me and Jake gonna be in
Like
there
in Peak.
in that dungeon.
like at least a co-op. He's across the world. I'm like, Rob, you there?
I'm dishing, baby. I'm dishing.
I'm dishing.
Can you bring the carrot?
What are you making?
Lasagna.
Yeah, no, but it looks very promising though.
Next up, we have Dawn Walker. Lua had a crazy conversation with her creative director. Single player, vampire, RPG. It looks incredible. I think the 30-day system is awesome and, like you said, gives weight to things. And then the whole, like, there's so many decisions you can make.
What I find really interesting about the game is that Cohen, the protagonist, is half vampire, half man. And even though like all of that sounds great by itself, there's even another layer where at night, of course, he can use vampiric abilities that he doesn't get to use during the daytime.
Oh, I didn't
His
catch that.
combat's different. He's not using a sword, he's using claws. And then in the daytime, of course, there's NPCs walking around and there's, you know, maybe patrols going around that aren't there at
I
night.
did catch
and there's
that,
different
but
ones
for some
at
reason it
night.
didn't
So-
stick
And
until
you
he
can
just
use
said it
magic
now.
as human. You can use magic as a vampire.
Yes, and basically what they're trying to do is to not just have the time be an element of certain actions to take it forward, but also whether you're playing in day or night, quest lines play out completely
Yes.
differently. 'cause
Which is
people are in
cool.
different spots, their behaviors are different. This person may be asleep, so you can't talk to them.
have
but
different
somebody else is
abilities.
there. Exactly.
Well, The Witcher 3 is my personal favorite game of all time.
There you
So, and this is former Witcher 3 developers working on this, and so much of that charm was prevalent there.
That's
The
why it gives
music.
me.
The music, just
I
that
couldn't tell.
soundtrack,
I
the
couldn't
short little snippet
think
we
of the
saw
name
there,
for
I
some
felt-
reason.
I
My
love
brain
that
does
simple
this all the
separation
time.
between day and
But
night
yeah,
and different
The
things. coming
Witcher
with your
3.
character.
That's
I
gotta be,
forgot
like,
the
the
Rebel
coolest
Wolves are
Yeah,
like
'cause it's gotta
some of the devs
probably
in it.
tailor
The
to your
main
gameplay of like,
crew
I gotta
are
wait to make
from
this choice during the nighttime versus
The
during
Witcher
the daytime
3.
where I can use certain abilities or different combat styles. I love that part of it.
And so I could foresee a run through, like a play style where you're playing only at night for missions. You're just doing stealthy vampire stuff, and you're eating people or you're drinking blood rather, not eating people. Run away. But
Whatever you want.
the dark run through versus like the light run through. In the
CD
daytime.
Projekt Red. There it is. They're from CD Projekt Red.
Which has one of those vegan,
Vegan sped run, Don Walker.
yeah, vegan achievements.
Okay.
Sponsored by Beyond Meat. The fact that they revealed a little bit about more Brinsis the Overlord is also a system. He really talked a lot about systems that they have not spoke on yet at all and didn't with us either.
Like the edicts. As you go around the world trying to find your information, you can side with different people, and depending on what you do, you can make the Brensis quite upset. So he can start making laws and rules.
I wonder how long the
to
showcase is.
Stop you.
Is
from
they just did
progressing in
3?
certain ways.
But there's
Much like
a lot
with
of games that they
Prince
showed in that
as
pseudo
an
reel. This
antagonist
might
is
end up
not
being a long
just, like,
showcase,
pure
especially with their
evil,
conversations.
doing all sorts
Which
of
I mean, there's
horrible
nothing
stuff.
wrong
Like,
with the
he is
conversations. I don't
helping, like,
mind
the
them.
people
I know
in some
people probably
ways
think this shit is too
in order
long,
to,
but I
you know,
think
get
it's
control of them, but
nice.
he's, like, curing
They're
them
having
of
an
the
open
plague.
conversation
Like,
about things.
he offers them something they aren't getting elsewhere. So he's doing bad stuff, but there's nuance.
And that typically makes for really, really
Yeah,
good stories.
Harder choices to be made,
Perspective and never a clear-cut good or bad.
Yeah, because I'd bet you there's gonna be a moment where it's
It's
like
one
you
of
could
the
stop it,
charms.
like his influence in an area. That means they're gonna die of the plague. So it's like, do you let the bad guy do the thing that you're trying to stop him to do, or
And it's also about perspective. These people were ruled by a very tyrannical leader before.
Mm-hmm.
So even though Brent is a vampire to them, he may
maybe
as
it's
well
worth it.
be a savior, right?
Prologue, go way back,
For
beautiful
the next
lady.
section, we have 3, again, I'm gonna have to not say incredible games every single time, but we have Prologue, Go Way Back from Player Unknown, Beautiful Light from Deep Worlds, and Project Shadowglass from Starhelm Studios.
All right, first things first. This first game immediately makes me think of
It's just
Firewatch.
an infinite map generator with some game loops on top of it. So you have a survival loop, which is pretty hard. Get to the weather tower, we give you a map and a compass and not much else. Some basic survival mechanics, and it's a game against yourself more than anything else and kind of the decisions you make. Then we also have just objective survive, which is just see how long you can last in the world, and free roam for those that just like a hike. The differentiator, or the thing that makes a difference, is that we can generate essentially infinite maps of 8x8 scale. Like, we have a map editor in the game and stuff like that, but we want to be able to give you the ability to give a deep link to someone. So I can just send you like a HTTP link that starts up the game, loads a map and a seed, and I can share stuff I've built with you with just a link, right?
Oh.
So it's kind of, Go Way Back is just, it's a technological experiment that, or proving some technology we've developed. It's no longer an experiment, it's in production, so it works. But it's also going back to my love of survival games and those kind of emergent, just, I'm not giving anyone missions to do, it's just get there, and how you get there is fully up to you. Basically, if you play the same seed, you get the same weather, I'm pretty sure you get the same cabin layout, and you maybe get the same loot. So you and 4 friends could technically race to the weather tower and see who gets there first, because you have the same conditions. And while we don't have
interesting.
multiplayer yet, you have this kind of asynchronous multiplayer that, as long as you can share the seed with people. And I thought, wouldn't that be a cool thing for events where you have 16 streamers and see how long they can survive in objective survive mode, right? Or see who can race to the weather tower quickest, or we can set up the weather just to get progressively colder and see who lasts the longest. There's a weather tower on top of one of the higher points on the map. It's generally the other side of the map. We do have prompts now that tell you what to do in the world. But yeah, there's some simple survival mechanics. Keep yourself warm, keep yourself dry, light fires, board up windows, keep your body in a good temperature.
This is
get
interesting
across
because
the
it's
map. And we
literally
don't
like
tell you
Firewatch
where you are
or
on the map,
Firewalk. I don't know what the game's called. I think it's
except,
Firewatch.
when you find a new
It's just
map in the world,
more
and it updates your position,
survival.
you're left for basic navigation. It's kind of set in the 80s, so you don't
But I
have
don't think
digital
they made
GPS, stuff like
Firewatch,
that.
but I
wanna
wouldn't be
make sure
surprised.
that the
It's
worlds
literally
we're
like
generating have enough
similar
depth
mechanics
that
in the
when
way
we
that
add
game went.
story and
I need to
mission
play that game, by the way,
quest-based
Firewatch.
content, that
In the future.
worlds feel like coherent and real enough that it makes sense. Like, I want to have pathing, I want to have like infrastructure, like telephone lines, this kind of stuff, so the cabins aren't just random cabins in the forest, that there seems to be some, like, you know, logical placement of stuff in the world. And once we have those in, then we can more easily go, well, okay, you need to connect all the substations to bring power to the weather tower so you can get a message or go and do various things. Right now, there's a bunch of cabins and there's survival mechanics, but we want to add a lot more depth to the environment. Preface is a tech demo. That I always said I wanted to release a free tech demo of the engine we're building, and that's what Preface is. And the kind of poetic thing is that my last game will be Preface,
Jake
because
did
it'll
not-
just be a visualization.
Jake did
of
not
what's
say a
possible with our
word so
engine
far
at
this
that
whole
time.
thing. He let the
And
devs
it's more
speak.
like Minecraft Survival.
I
that
respect
it's an
it.
example of what you can do with the engine, and it'll be open source and free for everyone.
That's like,
so
damn, Jake.
you can do whatever you want. So having this
You're
kind
not
of
even gonna say
digital
one thing, bro.
space, like an internet in 3D, I don't see anyone working towards that. I see small bubbles, but I don't see anyone really trying to do Earth-scale terrain with millions of people, and that's kind of the bigger goal, and that's why we've broken it down into 3 games. The aim is that you should be
I
able
do
to
like
do
the fact
anything
that a
from
lot of
10
these
by
levels are
10
systemically,
to 100 by
what's the word?
100 with 5v5.
They're
or
generated by the game
100v100
itself. It's not like AI
relatively
generation, but it's like
easily
those
and
kind
not
of
have any
generations.
problems.
At least
We
from
will
what I
build
see,
maybe an
it could be.
Earth-scale
I don't know.
terrain, maybe
But you know
smaller,
how games back in the
with
day used to have
hopefully a
like,
network
say,
layer
Persona
that
3.
supports
That game, like at
millions
least
of
Persona 3
people. That will be
Portable,
kind of a
all the dungeons are
survival
generated randomly,
civilization
randomly
MMO
generated
type
by
game. But again,
their
that's
system
just one
that they
layer
have.
of the world.
So it's
Like,
not
I want
AI
you to be
because
able
that
to
game came out in
jump
like
around the world
2006 and
see
then
what's
like
happening,
2010s
because you should be able
before
to-
this whole
like,
AI
I think if you
boom.
want to interact
But
with
they
the
made that
world, there should be a
the game
layer
every time you
of
play it, it's just
survival
randomly
you have to do,
generated.
or a layer of gameplay in
It
order
seems
to
like it's the
kind of
same thing
leave your
here.
impression on the world.
Or at least the fact that you can go out your way to actually generate things the way you want to because it's a map editor. So that's nice. That's very interesting. I feel like something tells me that could do well when it comes out on streams. Something. At least for like a little bit. It could be like the new stream game that all your favorite streamers play for like co-op stuff. Oh shit. What? Oh shit. What the hell? Excuse me. So this is a co-op game or a single player game in which you're going around dispatching all these creatures. And also whatever the hell that, oh, you can play as them too? Wait, is this a multiplayer game? Or is this actual, or is there like an actual like campaign kind of deal? Oh no, this is a survival game, isn't it? Enter, secure, extract. Oh, it's an extraction shooter. Okay. Gotcha. Beautiful light extraction shooter.
In a world where pixels were once only 2D, now they're 3D.
What the
I'm Dominic John, the dev behind Project Shadowglass, a 3D pixelated RPG that's a love letter to classic immersive sims like Thief and System Shock. This video is a series of prototype rooms that I've been working on some of the core systems in. No art, no assets will be generated by AI. This is all human-made, hand-placed, made by me
my
and
boy.
artists
Thank
like
you.
me because we love what we do.
Thank you, thank you. I like this. I like this. You got me with AI, with AI. Wow, you got me with pixel art. Got my freaking. I was gonna say you got me with the AI not being in the thing, but I love the pixel art because I love pixel art stuff. I would love it if we could really make like pixel art games mainstream again, but there's no way. A lot of people love realism, and I don't give a shit about realism, man. I don't care as much as these people do. I don't. I want to go back to a time where I had this
All the
with
audio
3D
in Project Shadowglass is going to be 3D.
or just 2D stuff, man. Just give me more of that game, more of that shit, bro.
Emanating from this orb is going into the left ear and the right ear, but as I change the size of the space, you can hear the character of the sounds change.
Yeah, I guess so. Little by little.
And if we go around the wall, we can still hear it coming from the opening in each ear.
Okay. All right. I like that. Vaulting. Ooh. Okay, you hooked me on this. I like this.
I actually launched the Shadowglass Discord today, so if you have any ideas or suggestions or just want to follow along, feel free to wishlist Project Shadowglass on Steam. I hope you enjoyed this sneak peek on how things are coming along. Thank you so much, all the crew at New Game Plus, for having me. Be well, my friends.
I like this. Shadowglass looks interesting. Oh, it's coming. There's a demo this year. Okay. I mean, if I get the chance to, I'll go ahead and definitely stream that
to
demo.
start with, Prologue, Go Way Back, another survival game that we're seeing, and we were talking, it's a bare bones survival game where there is no common enemy. Your enemy is the elements, where you just have to try and survive and make it to that point. So if you guys don't know Brennan Green, he not only was behind the Battle Royale mode of H1Z1, which we talked a long time about, he was also the creator of PUBG. So people have a lot of faith in him and what he calls his 10-year plan. And he talks about his ultimate goal being he wants 1 million players on a server. He wants the internet to be made 3D and for all of us to actually truly be able to play together. Which I know is a crazy transition from us talking about a survival game.
Single-player survival game?
Like we want to cover their survival game because I love survival games, and they're gonna be branching out in this game for the next few years until they have multiplayer, until they have weapons, and they have PvE and animals to fight against.
Oh shit!
But it's also part of a much
also
bigger
a story. He mentioned that they will be adding also a story to the
Things
world.
to do, yeah.
Yes.
That's got to be like one of the most ambitious projects out there right now.
Yeah.
It's crazy
What's
to
so
think
funny
about.
about him is that he's like, yeah, I want like millions of players to be playing together on like a gigantic map, but you know, not to undersell it.
Shoot for the stars, brother. Shoot for the stars.
Yeah.
We've done that yet. Next game we talked about was Beautiful Light by Deep Worlds SA. That's a PvPvE tactical extraction shooter. There are 6 3-person squads, and there's also a lot of anomalies and monsters and stuff that we saw in it.
Okay.
Looks like I'm gonna be scared.
It looks very
I don't know, man. They didn't really scare me, to be honest with you.
Immersive, like he had the sort of Pip-Boy looking thing over there.
Yeah.
And
It looked
speaking
nice,
of
though.
big words, I actually looked up what that's called. It's called diegetic UI.
What did you say, diegetic?
Diegetic.
Thinking the same.
Diegetic. Write that one
We're
down.
all
Write that one
thinking
down.
of that word.
But it's really, really cool in games like this, especially because it's like hyper immersive. There's no UI popping up being like, oh, attack incoming. It's just, no, you are in the moment, you're in the game, listen around you, look at the thing on the character itself. I love that.
So you can play as a monster,
Yeah.
or as
Oh, really?
You can play both.
or as the soldier. Is there
Yeah.
controller support?
I don't know. Great question.
Duality, she just threw up in her mouth.
I have nothing against controllers, but I believe there's a right time for mouse and keyboard and a right time for keyboards. And he believes that the right time for a controller is when you're playing shooter games.
So you're
It's
judging.
obviously better. The mouse and keyboard is better for that. But not for him.
I would edit my own YouTube videos with a controller. if I
Yeah, he
could.
said that.
That's
earlier.
insane.
Which is a patently insane thing to say.
Yeah, then we have Project Shadowglass.
Voxel art. I really enjoyed the
This is Starhelm Studios. It's an immersive sim. We've all seen it. I think it went viral from that AI post. There was like an AI post that looked just like it, and then he was like, I'm making a game like this. It's not AI.
I looked up the video because he has a YouTube channel where you can actually see kind of behind the scenes. And when that clip of the AI generated art went viral, he saw it and thought like, I didn't think anybody wanted this. I was just like, it was a fun side project. And then he saw people wanted it and thought it looked awesome, and he put it out, but it's real.
Well, we talked about it earlier. There's a desire for stuff like that. Yeah. More simplicity, kind of retro feel.
Yeah.
It feels like the game is still like learning what it wants to be. Like he's working on the graphics, the basics, the music, and as like they have a bow and an arrow, and hopefully as they work on the project, they start feeling what it will grow to be, what kind of game it will develop itself into.
Yeah,
Right.
my understanding is right now it is just Project Shadowglass, and it's going to eventually become like a video game, but right now it's just kind of proof of concept that the art works, the crazy math behind it works, and like it can grow to a game, but it's
I do
certainly
hope it
very-
ends
I
up
wish
being
him
well.
nothing
I really
but
do.
success.
Yeah, he seems like a
because it seems like I
awesome
just
dude.
love a good passion project. You can tell there's a lot of heart in that.
And I feel like I initially, like everyone else, why I went so viral, I got attached to that same artwork, but then when he further explains and shows you some concepts that you weren't expecting out of a game with that artwork or that design, when he's showing that you said the R6 lean in there. And you,
Oh yeah, that threw me off. The little bow
it's like,
behind. I was
whoa.
like, is that a Rainbow Six
you threw, that,
Siege?
you threw that in there, and then of course they got the wall grapple, and then with the whole audio design as well. I mean, I'm definitely.
I remember seeing that clip that went viral. I remember seeing it. I was like, wow, that looks incredible. Like
Mm-hmm.
walking up to the castle.
The Expanse.
This section, we have three, what I would consider kind of sci-fi games a little bit, but we have Aphelion from Don't Nod.
Oh, Don't
which
Nod.
We have an incredible look behind the scenes.
I love
of the
Don't Nod.
music
Don't Nod
from
has really good
composers
games.
Themselves, as well as The Expanse Osiris Reborn from Owlcat. If you're familiar with The Expanse, super exciting. And also Distant Shores, Brittany.
So you're telling me I need to play The Expanse from Telltale Games, because I have that on Steam. I just haven't played it yet. So I do need to play that before we get into... What? Don't Nod. What the hell is this?
My name is Amin Bouafa. I'm a film music composer, and I am the composer for Aphelion, the video game. I remember having a message from Talal saying that he loved the score of Summit of the Gods, and they are working in a new video game, and inviting me to come to the studio and to meet the team. It was very important for me to understand how the music would be interactive. So how to compose, how to write music that would be interactive, with models, with stems, with separating the different elements, and at the same time, how could the music, how the structure of the music would be an evolving structure. It was very important for me first to have the story of Ariane and Thomas, like that the log line is the story, both of them. So there is a theme that conveys this emotional relationship between them. And then the frozen aspect of the music. I mean, for me, it was very important first to feel the cold in the music, to feel the wind, to feel the ice.
The crystal
It's an
bashet.
instrument that had been invented by the Bachet brothers in the mid-20th century. For me, it looks like an alien instrument. When you see it, cannot even predict that it's a musical instrument. To play the instrument, you need to get your hands in water, and then rub crystal buttons that are in this metal structure. Could convey this frozen identity of the score, and at the same time having this magical sense of in the score.
Grand organ of St. Eustache Church. Oh, stream switching again. Oh boy.
There is a sacred feeling also to this planet. It's a huge planet, but I wanted to get this huge instrument and that it could also play very soft. The organ has a lot of sounds. It could be very soft, it could be very aggressive, it could be large, it could be intimate. For me, it's the planet. The planet could be very welcoming and suddenly very, how to say, very dangerous and very sacred at the same time. So I thought that the organ could give this majestuous feeling to the score.
Baptiste Florian Marl Ovard, organist.
I'm so
I don't know if I
happy
said
to
that name correctly.
write the music for Aphelion. It's the first time for me to write a video game score, and it's a lot of fun and a lot of passion.
It looks like it was a lot of fun. I'm always interested in like the musical aspect of games and the music design and how they go about the creative process. So that was interesting for me to look at. That's why I like locked in and didn't really say anything, because I was just interested to hear how he went about the creative process. That might be, outside of actually like game design and all that stuff, that might be like one of the things I'm the most passionate about, because I do believe a music score helps the game out a lot, and not just in games but in movies and stuff. So I love that. I really do love that. And The Expanse. Osiris Reborn.
We had some discussions at the early stages of the production, to be honest, whether to go fully class system or something else. And again, we started with sitting down and lining up what possible ways that the player might perceive the game. The power fantasies, how he can express himself in combat. So he might want to be a sniper, he might want to be a hacker, maybe an engineer, something else. As we designed those playstyles, we thought how to mix it up a bit, how to let player to experiment with what he encounters during the game. So, for example, when he finds a neat shoulder cannon, as we shown in the announcement trailer, even if he's a sniper, he might want to experiment with that. Why not? It fits the universe, it fits the playstyle. He might want to see how it works. And so we decided why not to give him the possibility to do that. That was the idea behind the playstyle. So playstyle is basically the starting preset that kind of gently guides you towards the certain direction of your power fantasy of how you play the game. At some point, the player will need to commit to his choices. So again, it's an important part of the choices system, you know. If you just can switch everything on the fly, it kind of makes your choices less important. So at some point you need to stick to particular guns, particular gadgets, and you just build around them. We give you some time to experiment, but you will need to commit. During the character creation, you will have to choose between three major factions, your origin. So you'll be either Belter or Earther or Martian. Facial customization, appearance, you can choose your body type.
So you will be playing as a pink water mercenary with different type of origin that you would create. You will have your sibling with the same identical one. They will look a little bit different because they're their own person. They have their own personality. These events are set during the first 3 books, I think. You will start on Eris and witness basically the events from a different angle.
Oh wait, there's fans of a TV show too, and there's a book. That's right. Oh wow,
in your
this universe.
Every
No wonder. Okay. Gotcha. I'm just remembering all this shit. Holy shit.
Background consisting of their faction and their acquaintance, they some background story, their own struggles. All this stuff will influence how they perceive the situations player encounters. So in every major plot event, they will have their opinions. They might hint you towards some decisions. They might provide you some assistance or maybe even some crucial contacts to go for help, for advice, for military support, maybe. Of course, they will have their own stories, their own struggles, and you can choose to help them or maybe to ignore their own stories, totally depending on how you want to be invested in this particular companion. The choices you make for those companions also will matter in long term.
Yep, some of them will have romances, and you can see on our background companions.
Perfect.
We cannot say who is going to have romance, but there will definitely be romance in our game.
It's a small crew on the small ship. You know, the Expanse, it's a universe where everyone flies in very tight spaces for a very long time. So there is a dynamics in the crew as well. We have a few layers of the combat system. First of all, it's obviously the gunplay. A few classes of weapons that you can use.
I think it's Luke that's doing this interview.
Mostly you do it from
you can hear him in the
covers,
background.
so it's a cover-based gunplay game. And the second layer of the combat system is that's your abilities. That they
not in the background, I should say, but he was the actual voice that was talking that when the otherly was talking.
Shoulder cannon, or maybe something more defensive like a shield, or maybe a protective drone. A lot of gadgets that you can choose from depending on your playstyle.
Oh, shield bash?
As Julia mentioned, there are some
and the shoulder
playstyles
guns.
that are
Okay.
mostly focused on using your gadgets rather than using your weapons. Third layer.
This is Leonid Rastoguev. Hopefully I said it right. The game design director.
They have their impact on the combat. They have what we call combat opportunities. That's particular situations when you can order your companion to use an exploit in the arena, in the environment, to gain a certain advantage in combat. We decided against the the management, the gameplay part of the survival stuff. So you won't be counting your gallons of reaction mass or how much water you need to recycle before it dries out. Nothing like that. But still, the expanse universe is very dangerous. So in terms of narrative, the survival will be a part of the game. You will have a tremendous enemy. You will have a lot of very dangerous situations that you will have to get out somehow. There will be a lot of survival in terms of your player experience, just not as a particular mechanic. You will be able to fly around the solar system. You will be able to visit various planets. We mentioned it before that we have Luna, Mars, Ceres, Io, and some other cool places to visit. And some of those places will be like major social hubs where you can just walk around, meet other people, drink at the bar, shop for better equipment and stuff like that. So you will
this looks
have
interesting.
plenty
This looks
of,
very interesting.
Places to go.
I'd be down to play
visit
this.
and to look at. The Expanse universe is cruel, and some characters might die because of your choices. Stay tuned for more. We'll show more very soon.
All right. The Expanse is Cyrus Reborn. All right, I'm gonna keep an eye on that. I also really need to play the Expanse game that Telltale did.
Back, Aaron. We trust your flight was smooth. We have landed you on the outskirts of Genyak Island. Stay alert.
Hey, Aaron, it's Thomas. You know, your brother. You said you would visit me here, but you never did. Look, bygones be bygones. Just find me in the West Zone. I'll be waiting.
Oh. Okay, all right, hold on. You could, okay, hold on.
Sometimes I dream about what's under the ocean. A distant shore, waiting to be explored.
Okay, I like this. I like this. Wait, you got me. You got me hooked. The fact that you could use these powers in order to affect the environment around you. Yeah. Okay, you got me. This looks so cool. What the hell, man? Why don't we get more games like this, man? This is dope. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I'm like, what am I even supposed to say to things like this? But like, generally, this looks amazing. Look at how destructive everything is. What the? Oh. Oh shit. Dude, being able to bend and push things to your will is insane. What was that? Something's out there. Oh, and it's raining. Oh, man. What the? Oh, my God. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Okay. Hostiles. Wait a minute. Business is picking up. Oh, Oh, it's a turret, a rogue turret.
Slipping boats on the faucet. Such a peaceful place.
It's probably gonna get the VOD muted in it. At least this section of the VOD.
It's a wonderful way to be free.
Distant Shore, Brettakin. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely wishlist it. It looks awesome.
Let's start with Aphelion.
My understanding is it's a dual protagonist game, so you'll actually be swapping back and forth as they sort of work together. And I'm sure there's parts where you're separated, parts where maybe you're together, working together.
Very emotional story.
There's so much potential for stories like that. The dual protagonists, seeing it converge in the end.
You know it's going to be an emotional game, especially when they put so much emphasis in the music. I feel like music is a tool to catalyst emotions, so it's definitely something that
We were actually talking about that earlier today, music and video, and not just video games, and art in general, and media.
Good music changes
It changes everything.
From a
Literally
game
what I
being
was
a good
talking
game
about.
to
Like
a memorable
I'm so
that will stick
invested
with
in
you,
music
you know?
soundtracks and music scores and stuff like that.
Has
I love them.
Pretty storied background when it comes to narrative games, whether it's like Life is Strange or like one of my old school favorites, Vampire. Like they try different stuff, weird stuff even sometimes. And
People
so
did
it's
not like
exciting to
Vampire,
see
but that
them
looked very
They
interesting
were
to me.
using the super alien music instruments, so...
Yeah. What was it called? Is that
A crystal bachette.
Crystal Bachette.
Oh, you're talking about the hand winding one?
Yeah.
You're really into this hand. That's like the
I
only
kind
thing
of want to try it, honestly.
I mean,
The soundtrack sounded amazing, fantastic.
that this is an award-winning composer of the Summit of the Gods as well. So what I find super impressive is just, I feel like people sleep on music so much in games, and then you see behind the scenes of this entire, like, they're in a famous church in Paris playing the organ.
Actually has been a blast to see video game music evolve during the years.
Oh my
Like,
God, yes.
Video games has some great music, like
It's one of those things, when it's working, you like a lot of time you don't think about it. When music is really good,
all
in a
you're
game,
thinking
you
about.
don't really think about it. But then when it's exceptional, like an Expedition or like the Witcher vibes, you know, then you really remember it. But a lot of the games you play, you probably don't look up the soundtrack, even though the game is pretty good, you know?
Ironically, my Spotify rap this year was like mostly video game scores.
'Cause
I
it's
think
so
there's often
good.
correlation though, whenever a developer does take the music very seriously in a game, it often reflects
I'm sure
in
they're taking other parts
It
out.
reflects in every other. I mean, think about it. All the games that have, like, you think about the games with the best scores ever, like you just said, The Witcher 3 or whatever. I mean, it correlates to everything else. Every other aspect of the game, they take it seriously. So
yeah.
Another sci-fi game that is probably one of the most anticipated sci-fi games for a very long time is The Expanse: Osiris Reborn, which is from Owlcat as well. It is a third-person action RPG, obviously set in the Expanse universe.
The Expanse is a book and a show, so they're taking inspiration from both, but at the same time, it doesn't require previous knowledge of either for you to be able to enjoy this. In this game, you're going to be living more or less through what happens in the show. However, from a different perspective, from a different side, with your own group of people, with your own environment, that you get to make your own choices.
I think an important thing to frame all of the Expanse game with is that coming from Owlcat, they are a studio that did like Rogue Trader, for example. Their bread and butter is intense, gritty narratives with unbelievable levels of roleplay depth and choice and consequence, complex systems that interweave. And so seeing them go into this, which is of course a third-person cover-based shooter with many, many RPG mechanics. It's a different road. And I asked them about that in our interview and was like, how did this happen? Because typically they do sort of an isometric thing. And they just said when we decided we wanted to tackle the Expanse, it required that cinematic flair, and that's what they tackled. And they're doing a phenomenal job. I mean, the game looks beautiful.
it looks very interesting to me. It looks kind of like Dead Space meets Gears of War,
It's
kind
more
of
like
gameplay-wise. It did.
Mass
Mass
Effect,
Effect
yeah.
as well.
The choice and the reputation you have with your companions will change, because your companions, they told us, will disagree with some of the stuff you do. They'll get upset or
They will have their own
pissed about it.
opinions.
They'll have their own
Yeah,
opinions, and
I like that.
they also, one interesting tidbit they mentioned was that when you are making choices in the game, they're not necessarily going to tell you if that was a big moment, if that what you just said to them is going to seriously affect this thing over here. It will, but that's all behind the scenes.
Their game was Distant Shore, Brittany. This is what went viral as almost a portal with magnets, and I think it looks like a lot of fun.
It's such a unique concept. I could see it being big time.
You know,
Like,
it's
really
one of those
is.
games like you didn't know you wanted, but then you see it and you're like, oh, that looks like it tickles a part of my brain.
Right.
Like we've seen
Very
versions of it before, but with everything it combines, because it makes everyone think of a different game when you see it. Because we've heard Half-Life, we've heard Portal. I thought of Only Up during some parts of it.
Yeah, I had it only up.
And other
I thought
puzzle,
Mirror's Edge a little bit.
Yeah,
with,
I was
the
thinking that too.
parkouring while moving stuff.
See, it makes
Yeah.
us think of so many different things at once. So I think it's gonna do.
Just
really well.
watching some of that gameplay, I could see the rage already.
Oh, yeah, the boss.
Oh yeah,
Not
that-
happening.
Well, and I think it's also really cool that they have boss mechanics, because like you can tell it started with the idea of using magnets to like manipulate the environment, but then they're like, okay, well, we could raise the stakes, take it up a notch with these boss fights that are organic in the space. And
It also mixes up because it's not just a puzzle game, so there is more to it and more that you.
Yeah, there's a world that he even showed as well.
It's more than just a puzzle game. Like there's a narrative behind it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like they could have just
I
stopped
love
the
it.
puzzle game. I think a lot of people would have been perfectly happy with that. But then they go
Me?
and build on that
Me?
with a story, boss fights, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, it's not just reach a destination or do a final thing, but it's actually a narrative, like you said. That's really cool.
I think it's
Yeah,
one
I
to keep
like
an eye
it.
on. Yeah.
I think a lot of these are. Avowed. Oh.
Next up, we have two very exciting updates coming from Obsidian, that being some updates for Avowed as well as Grounded 2. We also got exclusive time with them and had some interviews, which were very exciting.
Avowed. Interesting. Obsidian. I know a lot of people do not really. Actually. Excuse me. How is opinions on Avowed actually?
Avowed is a Obsidian first-person action RPG set in the world of.
I feel like
Pillars
I've
of
heard
Eternity,
some people say they didn't
where
like
the
Avowed,
player
but then I've
plays
heard
as
some
an
people say they
envoy sent
did.
by
So I don't know what the
Emperor of
actual
Emir to the
sentiment
Living
is on
Lands
this
to
now.
investigate a mysterious plague that's kind of spreading throughout the lands, causing chaos, and you play as the envoy trying to figure out what's kind of going on down there. Do things that affect it in positive ways, negative ways, or in between type of ways, with that type of choice and consequence. In terms of, the post-launch things we've been supporting on it, like we've gotten a bunch of abilities added to the Ranger and Fighter
That's
tree
just a
to kind of
huge
more fill
ability
it out
tree. What the hell?
comparatively to the
Oh,
Wizard
starting to
tree.
get dark.
Aspects about it that are like arachnophobia mode, that was like a big community requested feature, as well as, changes to progression, improvements there, gear improvements, and as well
Did you
as
see
bug fixes
arachnophobia
and
mode?
crash fixes.
And you can play now.
Oh my god.
As the
They put an arachnophobia mode on there?
Yeah, we've added different species.
Yeah.
The Amauin, Orlins, and Dwarves are now playable. A lot of our decisions we make are revolving around the player community, so we work, really closely with our community management team. We get like a spreadsheet, kind of see what the things that are bubbling to the top. Like an example, like quarterstaff was something where just we wanted to feel like more like a wizard, right? That kind of wizardy vibe, as well as playing as Orlins. Like I think players just were bummed that we didn't include that in the base game. So I mean, it really comes down to like the time and what the community wants, and that's kind of how we decide to go about it. Yeah.
We notice like players really role play their characters in the game, so we always want to give them as many options as we can to like customize their features or character, to kind of have this fantasy in this world as they journey through the story. We just wanted to give them as many possible options as they can to really make the character they want to make, and just make it just their own. Stuff like all the playable races, we discussed it early on in Avowed. It's something to both previous Pillars games had. It's a lot of work and a difficult thing to really nail down, especially in Avowed with its parkour systems and its combat mechanics and all the weapon types and stuff like that in the game. Our different races are different sizes, they're different shapes, they're a very unique game experience when you play as each one of them in a first-person game specifically. So it was something like new to wrangle for Avowed. We had no time to finish it as we're making Avowed, and now we can give it to the players, so it's a more rounded experience compared to the original Pillars games. It should be a whole new way to play the game. If you pick an Orlin or an Amawa, it makes you feel completely different
in the world, especially if you use third person or first person. It changes it again how you feel
Oh,
and
interesting.
present in this game. So it's pretty awesome that we can finally bring that.
New Game Plus allows the player to bring over all their abilities, all their equipable gear. It does reset it back to level 1, so it's not like you're just outright OP basically, but you'll have the end game gear with all its like enchants to be able to just start the new game, as well as we have like modifiers on enemies that kind of either make them more resistant to some of the elemental
Nice dodge.
types, or modifiers that make them more resistance to being stun locked or hit reacted. And that kind of gets sprinkled in kind of somewhat randomly throughout that New Game Plus experience to kind of get that added challenge, but also let the player still feel somewhat like they're accumulating their abilities over the course of multiple playthroughs. So.
We notice players like to take photos of their envoys, but it's very difficult in the game. You have to get the camera just right to get a certain distance from the character, or capture the shot in a conversation when you see your character. So this allows you to really get into it and capture some awesome shots or some scary shots, depending which way you're going.
We're super excited to announce that Avowed's finally going to come out to PS5. Pre-orders are going to be live today. Keep an eye out on our socials, and we'll announce when the store page is open.
Well, that's nice. It's great that Avowed is finally also being put on there as well. On the PS5. I think Obsidian's owned by Microsoft, if I'm not mistaken, right? I believe so. At least they partner with Microsoft for a lot of stuff. Because Grounded 2 is also a Microsoft Game Studio game.
Survival game. It is set in a gigantic city park.
Well, it's Obsidian.
You play as a teenager who has been shrunken to roughly
Yeah, I
the
believe
size
Obsidian's
of
owned
an
by
ant,
Microsoft.
and you just have to survive in this environment with, insects that are the size of a bus, and figuring out how to eat and get some water and fight those bugs and craft new materials and new weapons. As you go and gain in power and get over those initial survival challenges, you can sort of get into the story of what has really happened in this park. A number of huge updates planned for the park. This is the first big content update that we have. We've been calling it the Winter Update. It's really about adding in this next big chunk to the park, and that comes with a lot of things that are very, very exciting for us. With this Winter Update, which is the community garden, is attached right to that early picnic area. On the map, it's just to the east of it, behind the gigantic statue of Tully and Burgle. This was our opportunity to really start delving into a brand new biome with everything that entailed. You've got
I've never actually seen anybody play the Grounded games.
And you've got a pumpkin patch.
So
all of
it looks
these
fun.
introduce
I
a
just
lot of new
never did watch anybody play them.
different types of artwork and places for the player to explore. And then, of course, we need all the insects that go in these areas too.
Granted,
So,
the way
ton
that
of
some of
new
the
insects that are
that
in
insect's
there.
cute.
As I love to say, all of these insects, you can fight. Maybe they're docile and you can attack them. Many of them are aggressive and will attack you. And regardless, you fight them, learn their tactics, and then eventually turn them into fashionable attire and new weapons.
Going to a new biome, a new area in the park allows us to fully
Eidos Montreal worked on this too with Obsidian. I just realized, interesting.
That means that mixture of really organic.
Because you got Chris Parker, who's a game director from Obsidian. You have Joseph Vasquez, who's a creative director from Eidos. Interesting.
Wasps are coming back, which are a lot of fun to fight, but can be kind of annoying. Again, this is a survival game, so so excited about those things coming back. Black ants are also coming back too, and like with both of those, you get sets of armor and different weapons that you can craft after you've defeated these creatures. We're more excited about the new creatures that are coming in the garden update though. So we developed a brand new creature in the cricket. The cricket is pretty big. Again, this is the size of a large bus probably.
Holy shit.
It has some very unique attack combinations that are a lot of fun.
It can fucking donkey kick you? What are we talking about? That's crazy.
It has its own armor sets. It has its own weapon or weapons that you can craft based upon it. And then the same thing for earwig. And we actually have two different types of earwig. There's sort of a ranged earwig and a melee earwig that tend to travel around together to thwart the player.
Oh, they look so gross.
Strategic opportunities. Again, you can turn those into armor, of course, turn them into your base furnishings. You can turn them into weapons. And we think they'll offer some exciting and unique combat opportunities.
We really want Grounded 1 players to be excited to see these creatures again, but also to be surprised and delighted by the changes. Just like we did in the picnic area, we've revamped the combat. So that means even looking at the old legacy creatures and going, okay, how do we make them a part of the system? How do we make them challenging in this new dance? How can we leverage our systems to make them more interesting? And so
I like
there's
this
a couple of
showcase.
twists coming. Even
I don't
with
want it
the
to get
old
twisted. I mean,
favorites
yawning is
that
thinking
will
like that this showcase is
veteran
boring.
players
No,
on their
my
toes
body
and
is just.
surprise and delight new players.
I think low key adjusting to how my new schedule is going to be next week for my new job. So I think it's slowly trying to get me used to it.
And
It's
raise
weird
and
how my
hatch,
body does this.
and then ride around in the yard. And we're pretty excited about all that stuff. Like, I think all of it is coming together just really well.
I think every single Grounded player from Grounded 1 at some point jumped on the ladybug and let it transport them around.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom. We'll keep this going.
That was the original buggy prototype. And there's something so iconic about the ladybug and getting on it and wanting to ride it that it felt like an inevitability for us. But what's important for us whenever we do introduce a new buggy is we don't want it to just be another one or just a horse, you know? And so it really boiled down to what can the Lady Buggy bring to the table that the other ones weren't? What can make her stand apart and bring a utility and an experience to the player that the other buggies aren't? How can we carve out her own little niche in the game? She's the tank, she's, you know, the one who can get into those really tough fights and withstand those large swarms of insects. And that's where the idea of the water cannon on her back and, you know, players being able to shoot at their enemies. And that ended up, you know, providing a ton of gameplay opportunities and a really unique experience. Being able to shoot down the aerial insects that are often a bit more challenging and a bit more frustrating for players. Well, now you have this, you know, ranged weapon that you can take them down with that feels super satisfying, almost like an anti-air gun. For us, as soon as we crack that, it felt like, okay, there she is. That's her niche. And now it's just about bringing that experience to life and finding moments in the garden experience to really highlight that and let that shine for the player.
So we saw Avowed, great interview that you did over there. We see now that we have New Game Plus coming, there's a photo mode, new weapon type, changing appearance. There's new character presets, you got new races, which
species,
I'm sure, Lua will have a lot of fun with.
Yeah, they're doing a lot. And I mean, the game, of course, launched earlier this year. Obsidian's been very busy, yeah. And they're doing these free updates now. And so they also are adding New Game Plus, which adds a whole new reason for you to go back through the game. So the game is coming to PS5.
Yay! We got another one.
We got
the Bound Platinum Trophy was insane.
Here we go.
Yeah, the thing.
Man,
yeah,
Microsoft.
It's available for pre-order as of this show going live. So right now, so check it out. And when I talked to them, they were saying how important the community is to them, how they've listened to a lot of their feedback, like adding arachnophobia mode on Grounded.
I was gonna say, Luke, if I'm scared of spiders, what do I do?
Yeah, there's arachnophobia mode. But they that's kind of their driving force, is looking at the community, what the community is saying, communicating. They're like, hey, we'd like more species and more customization options in Character Builder. Yeah. Okay, we'll do that. And it's just really nice to see them do that. They could put it in a paid package, but they're not. They're just, you know, it's a labor of love, and that's...
I really like how, as you're going to New Game Plus, you can also change your character's appearance. So you keep some of your skills and stuff, but if you are tired of how your character looks or you want to do something new, try a different race, you can do that by just going to New Game Plus. You don't need to go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Besides that, we also had Grounded 2, which is bringing the Garden of Brook Hollow Park that is now going to be open. So it's a new biome. They have new creatures, new tools, a new mushroom brick material that you can build more stuff with, and also a new ladybug buggy. A
lady buggy.
For those of you watching, it's a play on word.
Oh, really? Really?
Ladybug E, because you can mount it and ride it like a buggy.
Oh.
Yeah, and speaking of the listening community, they also take a lot of feedback. This is a game that launched back into early access back in July, and so this is a major winter update is what they're calling it, and it was heavily requested to have more types of transport, which they are still planning more for the future that people can be excited about, but they always listen to feedback about, you know, should an insect be an enemy? Should an insect be what they call, you know, is it docile or docile? I'm from Iowa.
Docile.
Yeah. And
Iowa.
different insects can be friendly, some can be
Docile,
enemies,
man,
and of
come
course
on.
they can also treat them now as transport as well.
You looked at Luke when you asked.
Well, yeah, I'm not looking at you. And so with this update, they're doing this throughout a lot of the timeline. And like they're gonna give you a lot of these big updates, and you're gonna be kind of surprised of like when it first released early access, there was still plenty to do. It was a survival game, but if you were a fan of Grounded, the original, you knew they were still gonna have a great winter update for you like this. And so they have a lot on their roadmap, but because of the way the game is oddly like scaled down, you know, it's from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, like the way it's shrunk down, they have so much they still want to do and will be doing for a long, long time.
Oh
And
yeah.
that cricket.
Yeah,
in
the cricket
game,
thing
like,
looks
that thing's
terrifying.
horrifying. It turns around and like.
You're like, wait, what's he doing? What's he doing?
Bro,
I
freaking
gotta give
donkey
them
kick
credit.
your
Like,
ass,
Obsidian's
bro.
been
That shit's
so
crazy.
Crazy busy. Like the fact that you can put out 2 pretty sizable games in 1 year and a bunch of updates for it.
And it seemed like they were cooking something huge, right? Because
Yeah, they just had Tim Kaine come back out of retirement. He's one of the creators of Fallout back in the day, and he
didn't he also was some of the original creators of Vampire Bloodlines?
I think you did.
I
work
think
on it,
so. Yeah.
Yes.
He's kind of a legend of the
Tim
industry.
Kaine,
He,
wait,
in
that's what you're
2020, went and started doing consulting work with Obsidian, but he was, in his words, semi-retired. But he's actually gone back to Obsidian to work full-time in office, moved to the studio
Wow.
on some project that's unannounced, and he said, "Don't bother guessing. You will not guess it." So, new IP.
New IP.
Something
Okay.
crazy. Who knows?
Okay,
But
Tim
they're
Kaine.
Or he's
busy.
trying to throw us off.
It's hard to not see like hope at least for Fallout stuff because
TV
you
show.
know the TV show being excellent and everyone itching for more Fallout. So
Yeah, true. We're 2 Forsaken
Next up, we have
Realms
3
and Dragon
fantasy
Twin.
RPG games
9
that are
Dust,
looking
Titan Rock,
very
Record.
cool, as I would say. This is going to be Outward 2 from Night Dot Studio, a follow-up to their other survival game, Outward, obviously. We have Varen's Call by Titan Rock, and then we also have Dragon Twin by Draconic Interactive.
Outward is an open world RPG, which for once you're not some kind of special superhero or the last child from a prophecy. You're just a dude or a dudette. And the reason why we are downscaling who the player is because they want to be immersed more than they want to be powerful. And that was the big change in our approach. And we made all of our design decisions to be in alignment with this vision. If you were just a
I
regular
like that
person,
dude or
and you wanted
dudette.
to
So I
think
was
like a
fixated
human
on
would,
that for
but in a
wow
fantasy
for
world.
some reason.
It's when you are aloof, when you're just like, that's not so dangerous. I've done it before, and that's when life just snaps back at you, right? In real life, that's like that. It should be like that in the design as well.
Man, that's real
So
life,
one
isn't it?
gigantic thing is the character creation. In Outward 1, like we had very ugly protagonists, and we didn't have a lot of options. You know, you had like 3 skin colors,
How very,
a handful of faces.
Oh my gosh, how very forthcoming you are.
It feels like really drawing yourself into an RPG. You choose a background, you choose traits, you have a very granular system to modify and customize your character to your liking. One of the
Oh.
big thing is you choose one of 3 starting locations. So as a regular person, what justifies throwing yourself into danger? How do you become an adventurer? Well, we have 3 different quests depending on which city you choose. So if you are in Simeon's Bastion, you are a homeless person, you're desperate. In Tramontane, you are a miner and you're trying to like improve your status and your quality of life. In
I see.
Haboob, you are just a clerk who just bought a house. What could possibly go wrong? You know, and very mundane situations, like you're not special or anything, but something special happens to you, and then you have to live up to the situation. We want a weather system that is very dynamic. So now we have a year-long calendar with seasons, and you just go through all that. So it's gonna be winter, and then it's spring, and then summer, and does change, like what kind of stuff can be found, what kind of armor you need to wear. Dual wielding is gigantic, so now you can combine anything that goes in one hand, and that opens up a lot of possibilities. In Outward 1, like you had your offhand could only have a set amount of things, and you had your main hand. Now you can just interchange. You can have 2 shields if you want. It sucks. I don't recommend, but you can. Of course, like just visually, and the fact that it is much more lush, it's more build that's more visually vibrant, that's going to be something that people will notice very quickly. Just like in Out of One, we have 8 skill trees, and all those skill trees have some exclusive skills. So if you take one, you can't take the other, and you have a maximum of 3 breakthrough points. So there's only 3 skill trees that you can learn from to the maximum of the capabilities. Otherwise, when you have like the first few layers of skills. One thing we added are the attribute points, the core stats. So strength, agility, constitution, willpower, intelligence. We added those. We're gonna track a lot of different things that you do. They're all gonna have like different thresholds. So let's say you dodge attacks successfully a certain number of times, you unlock a note that will give you a passive trait and increase your agility. So very small incremental changes. We start with very simple things and it expands us in more and more circles.
Okay.
So you won't be able from the very start to unlock all 3 skill trees just because you have the cash to do it. You will have to have experience. You will need to have practiced the life of danger and Ori to be able to understand, like get to the next level of the skill trees. Other than that, well, I think it's important to note that all 4 regions are new regions. So it's really just completely new environment to explore.
Okay. Outward 2. I should watch somebody play Outward 1, because that does seem interesting to me.
Today, we're going to be taking a deep dive into our upcoming action RPG, Varen's Call. The world of Leda is entirely shrouded by darkness on one side, while scorched by endless sun on the other. These incredibly hostile areas are known as the Forsaken Realms, which, as you may have noticed, is the name of the universe we are meticulously crafting. Your first steps within the Forsaken Realms will take you to the Vale of Varen, a city on the brink of collapse, and the first of our narrative-focused adventures. You'll step into the boots of a lone mercenary, seeking to answer Varen's call for aid, and maybe earn some gold and glory along the way.
Oh shit, look at these creatures at the night.
It's clear that Varen needs a hero, and every hero needs a way to slay the countless fantastical beasts they'll encounter. Varen's Call aims to cater to a wide range of playstyles, offering you the freedom to combat the unknown in a variety of ways.
What the fuck?
Whether you prefer to be a nimble-footed archer, flinging fireballs between arrows, or face your foes toe-to-toe as an axe-wielding whirlwind of death, the choice is yours. The game's classless system means you're never locked into playing a specific way.
Oh shit, that's cool.
You have the ability to adapt, alter, or completely switch playstyles midway through your adventure.
Wait, that's sick. What the hell?
Unlock and spend perk points to obtain new skills and abilities, and level up your mercenary's core stats by gaining character experience. Hidden chests throughout the world will reward you with a range of weapons, armor, and unique trinkets, some providing unique effects to help you gain an edge in your next combat
Drop
encounter.
perpetual spoilage.
The local hamlet of South Vale acts as a hub, a safe space that provides various amenities for you to further develop your character. Use the forge to upgrade the weapons and armor you find throughout the world, and the dismantling bench to deconstruct items for materials. The spell crafting table can be used to increase the power of your magic. Everything from an area of effect freeze attack that stops the enemy in their tracks, to ripping up the ground from underneath their feet with destructive force. Use the trap making bench to upgrade and unlock new traps and gadgets. A nice complement to your arsenal, allowing you the opportunity to catch your enemies off guard.
Damn!
And finally, the alchemy cauldron. This can be used to custom brew a multitude of mixtures, from replenishing health and restoring stamina to curing yourself of nasty status effects. These concoctions are sure to aid you on your journey.
Lemonade, okay. Oh, okay, that's cool.
Great. So you've equipped that shiny new helmet, purchased that slightly overpriced magic spell you always had your eyes on, and upgraded that new Polybuster barrel to the volatile variant that has even more boom. You're ready to get back into the fight, but maybe you want a change of pace. Yes, you're supposed to be the hero and save the city, but heroes need breaks too. Besides, there's a whole world to explore, and quirky characters from all walks of life need your help with their problems.
Then you've come about the job.
You might find yourself involved in a murder mystery.
Oh shit!
Helping a local peacekeeper catch the criminal behind the death of her beloved friend.
Oh.
Or maybe you're on a mission to rid Varen of the Gnomi scourge that plagues the city. All because a crazy guy in an outhouse called you a hero?
What?
I
Maybe we should stick to the main task at hand after all.
What the hell? Okay.
Firen's Call is soon to release on PC with full controller support, with the aim of releasing on consoles at a later date. Our game is inspired by classics like Fable and The Elder Scrolls.
I'm getting Fable
So if
vibes
sounds
from
like
this.
your kind of adventure, consider heading over to Steam and adding it to your wishlist to stay up to date with us.
Sure. This
Until
looks
then,
fun. This looks very
we'll see you
fun.
Mercenary soon.
Forsaken Realms, Firen's Call. These all look cool. Honestly, I would probably go ahead and wishlist as many as I can. Would I buy these this year? Man, I don't know, bro. Money is gonna be something I need to work on saving this year, so I'll do my best. Dragon Twin. Besides, we got so many games in the backlog, but I will do my best to see if I end up picking up any of these games. Excuse me. Let's create the ultimate Dragon Rider experience. Oh shit! Wait, this is like fudge. What's that second game? Oh my. Oh, okay. This is. Oh my god. Take What's that movie? L something, right? What is that movie? L something. Oh god, it's like L. Oh, I can't think of it. So L. Okay, let me see. They made so many movies like this. This does look amazing. No, not How to Train Dragon. This looks dope. Ooh. I'm thinking of Panzer Dragoon, where you're riding a dragon. That's right. But I don't remember what the actual movie is that I'm thinking of right now. It's like right there on the back of my mind, because I just remember the dragon being a focus on like the cover of the book. And I feel like on the movie as well, Dragon Twin. Interesting. It'll come to me later. It's always one of those things where you think of it later and it hits you.
First question I had was, how hard is this game going to be? Because the most common question about the original Outward was, okay, this is like, does it have to be so hard?
I actually got to play the game in the alpha version, and I got my ass kicked.
I'm glad.
Deserved.
But it's actually amazing. Like, I actually really enjoyed it because exploring this game felt very rewarding, and there's like a camping system, so you can camp like right outside like the enemy zone, and then you prepare like your weapons and everything to wreck the enemy, because if you don't prepare, oh, you're in trouble.
It's known to be a very, very hardcore survival, and when I was talking to Guillaume, he was like, if you die, it is likely your fault. And we all heard him say, like, it's not hard, but it is demanding, and they always at all times want to live up to those words, which is really awesome. And they will have a pack mule, which he said, of course, shocker, can die if you don't take care of it.
Oh shit.
But it's, one of the big struggles was with inventory and spacing along other struggles that players had to really try and play out this game. Like you were saying earlier, you can't dilly-dally in this game. You have to really know what you're going to do, and eventually you'll get a hang of things. But another big one was dual wielding, so you can dual wield, he says, anything in the game. You can even double shield it up, which he says is not recommended.
You can attack with the shield. It's super cool.
He really loves to stress all of these niche things. Like you can sprain your ankle, you can perforate a lung.
Trauma.
She has clearly sprained. You can sprain her.
I also got brain damage.
You can have a concussion. It will all impact you, and all of these ailments like take different lengths of time to recover from.
I got a concussion in game as well. It was really tough.
As well?
What were you doing out of game?
It was kind. No. It was just kind of like a play on, because whenever I told people I got a concussion, brain damage in game, a lot of people in my chat would say like in game.
Sounds like the most hardcore of hardcore survivals.
It was really
That's
fun,
fun.
and you can also play with friends, and then things become a lot more bearable.
They've showed the split screen.
Yeah,
and
so
it
you
looks
can play
awesome.
split screen with your friends, and it's really nice. Especially because then, like, you get beaten up, and then your friends get beaten up. So, and then you know.
can get digital concussions together.
Next up, we have Forsaken Realms, Baron's Call. We were all sitting here saying it looks
It looks sick.
Most importantly, controller support. I can play that.
I was trying to put my finger on what like the vibe was. And at the very end of the trailer, they say inspired by games like Fable. They really struck an interesting vibe. It seems like it's got a lot of soul and heart in it.
We've talked about music a lot today. I just want to say that was something I noticed right there. That flute, there's something about a flute. When a flute starts playing,
Bruh.
When the
in a
flute
fantasy
started,
game,
yeah,
dude.
When the flute started playing, he was like, "Oh my god,
I'm ready to go to war."
The game looks really nice. It looks very well detailed, and I can't wait to try it.
I can't wait either. It's gonna be so
they
good.
angled it that like, hey, you can do this thing. You can really focus on combat and the main quest line, the main story, but this is also an expansive world where there are a bunch of little side stories where you can go to these individual side characters and like help them catch their chicken.
Yeah,
I'm glad you brought that up because they weren't going to talk about it, were they? Unless he said something.
World, it makes it feel more full.
Almost like they tried to give him a layup so he can bring up something because he's been quiet for a lot of these things.
I don't even know if we're. Let's ride.
Dude, you can make your own dragon. There's a character creator for your dragon.
Did you see the
She
neck
gets so excited, I like
customizer?
it.
I mean, like Jake was like.
To be fair, is
Why are
very
you
early
staring?
production. They're working on all these systems for Dragon Flight, and as they mentioned in the trailer, it's still a work in progress. They're like finding the game and what it's going to be based on funding, Patreon support, things like that. But I mean, just like imagining the vision of a kingdom builder where like you're in command of dragons like Khaleesi, like inject that into my veins. It's another one of those games I didn't know I needed or wanted, but
Never even came across your mind. You're like, wait a second.
so you see and you're like, of course.
Of course I know.
I can't wait to see how it progresses because it already looks amazing.
Well, they left the combat pretty open-ended. Like we saw some battle scenes, we saw some light with other dragons maybe fighting, and how that's going to come into play. I'm really curious
The
about.
movement. I mean, you're gonna get some battlefield pilots.
The
so cinematic,
The cinematic
man,
shots you're going to get with that dragon is going to be crazy.
Next up, we have some exclusive content coming from
Atomic
Munfish,
Heart?
a comparison of the twins from Atomic Heart, now in the cube. A very exciting game I think we're all looking forward to. And for Atomic Heart, some new screenshots from their DLC number 4. On top of that, there is also Immortal Gates of Pyre that we had an incredible interview with that Jake hosted, where we talk a little bit about the making of the game, the people behind it, and RTS in general.
Interesting. So they're not done with Atomic Heart. I thought they were working on Atomic Heart 2, no? Grab her hand. Grab her hand. Grab her hand. Grab your wife's hand. We're flying away, sweetheart. Oh, husband and wife destroying all these robots. That's cute. I do want to play Atomic Heart. I played it for a little bit, but I never actually like sat. I never actually like sat down and played it. Can you really say you love your partner if you're not willing to go ahead and go to war with them? Final DLC 4 coming soon. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you got me. I played it a bit and I liked it. I'll buy it soon. Don't know when though. Oh.
Is it recording?
Yeah, it is.
What the heck?
It's in the sky, a giant cube. I can still barely believe it myself.
What is this, like a TikTok recording or something like that? What's going on? Snapchat recording? That tripped me up.
When it showed up, I was in the lab. I didn't even see it. You know? I felt that same fear, though. A terrible sense of my own powerlessness.
Oh, hello.
How did the whole of humanity miss it? And did we actually miss it? What if the cube didn't appear, but revealed itself? What if it was always there, and we've only just started to see it?
Okay. Oh, the twins. So wait, is this their take on a multiplayer battle royale? Oh. Okay, they know what they're doing. Okay, all right. They know their audience now. The Cube, Atomic Universe. So this is all part of the Atomic Heart universe then. Oh. Interesting. Oh. What the hell? Okay. All right, yeah, you got it. I guess I will have to. I'll probably see if I can get Atomic Heart on sale or
Gates of
something.
Pyre is an attempt to modernize and make more accessible the RTS genre while simultaneously keeping all of the complexity and the opportunities for mastery that have made RTS so popular over the years. So it's I would refer to it as a Blizzard style RTS, the fast action, big battles, very tactical, kind of very rapid fire chess. We realized that RTS, in part because it was dominated by a few big players, never really went through the kind of indie transformational experimentation. Some of the companies that tried to do so did so by stripping away features or losing some of the things that really made RTS great. In the early days, we surveyed a lot of players in both MOBA and RTS communities and found that they really loved the fantasy of commanding an army. RTS, at the end of the day, if you were to strip it all away, is just you're commanding an army, another guy's commanding an army in real time.
Yeah.
Right? Because you get individual unit control, it can be very overwhelming. And because you're also building those units, because you're building a base, because you're having to do so much macroing along with the microing simultaneously, that for most players, it just gets overwhelming and complicated. And so we worked through it kind of line by line, trying to figure out what are the rote tasks, what are the things that players are required to do that are not really decisions, that are more just chores, right? And how do we make more and more of the complexity in the game, but optional, opt-in. We refer to it as opt-in complexity. And then simultaneously, how do we create a world and experiences and game modes that people want to be a part of? We want to take this genre and show people this genre isn't dead. People want this fantasy, they want this experience. A lot of it has to do with things like the UI and the UX, the unit design, and a lot of that opt-in complexity. So for example, in most RTSs, you always have to be building workers. If you're not building workers, you're falling behind on your economy and you're screwed. The correct move, with very few exceptions, is to build a worker every chance you get. So we made that automated, but have a toggle. If you want to turn
I never
it off,
played
you can.
games like this, like StarCraft and all that
Specific
stuff.
timing attack, you can, but we took that complexity away. One of the other
The game
things
series
is,
looks
how in
these
MOBAs
kind
you
of
have a
games look
unified
interesting,
command
but
right, all of the
I just never actually
abilities
took
and
the
castable
time to ever
abilities
play
on
this
your hero
ever.
are easy to reach. You can hit all of those
Like
buttons
never any
very
of these
quickly
games ever.
on one hand. We redesigned the UI UX to be the same way. So you can select your whole army with one button by default, and then all of the abilities,
Are those trees?
castable abilities
Oh
of your
my
army
God.
are also on that
Oh,
one
they got
unified
swarmed. Holy
command
shit.
card. One of the things that people often tell us is that when they watch our game, it looks like an RTS, but when they play it, it almost plays more like a MOBA in terms of how they're commanding their army. Our early idea was if we bring the top, 10 modders within generally the strategy gaming space, if we bring them all together and we say, if we were to come together and build a game that truly is the next generation of RTS, what does it look like? And that's what we set out to do. The 1v1 or 2v2 PvP experiences, they're similar to a StarCraft or a StarCraft 2.
Oh, there you go. See, StarCraft.
We did
Never
redesign
played an
the
RTS
maps
before,
and
so
we
this is very
redesigned
interesting.
the mechanics in a way that 2v2 is actually really, really fun. It's a core support gameplay mode. And players, including pro players, have actually really enjoyed doing 2v2 tournaments. But the ultimate goal is to destroy the enemy's town centers, and so it's kind of a tactical back and forth with counters and strategic snipings and using immortal abilities in clever ways. So it's great for mastery and laddering and skill gain. Ultimately, or at least the goal, is to have other PvP modes that are more casual or more playful, kind of some chaos modes, auto battler modes, things like that, where if you just have 10 minutes and you want to have a beer while doing it, and you want to do something that's a bit strategic, but you don't want to get that sweaty, we want to have those experiences too. That's a big part of the target market that we're looking at, is people that like to be challenged mentally, but don't necessarily want to try to do the crazy APM and don't want to get too invested in the competition. We want to do a full grand campaign. The inspiration for how we kind of want, or how we see the ideal campaign, if we can build it, is very similar to Dark Crusade. It's a grand campaign. You can be kind of any of these different factions and conquering territory and building new and unique stories.
Okay. That's Immortal Gates
One of
of
the
Pyre.
better trailers that I think we all saw back around SGF last
Not
year.
a new trailer that we're showing with this. Of course, the twin comparison is new, which is very cool to see the twins for the first time in this universe, if you like Atomic Heart. But the trailer itself for the Cube, nothing new.
The potential for that game is like unmatched. It is a
They're
crazy
so
concept.
good at cinematics, and also just like the concept of playing a game like that with the map constantly changing, the biomes changing.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. I didn't think
breaks
about
my
that.
brain to think about, but in a fun way. I think.
Like different terrains, different weather.
Yeah.
They show that sliding clip where she's sliding, and then as the cube is apparently rotating, we don't know how that mechanic even works with the
Well, I'm
map.
assuming you can fall off. Like if you fall
You would
off the
think,
map,
right?
you just like that's. I'm sure you're
Or get
dead.
crushed.
And
by,
they've
like,
taken so
Yeah.
many gameplay mechanics already. We saw from that short trailer. You saw wall running. You saw just like traditional gunplay.
Yeah.
The other cool part to me is that it is set in a universe that people have already been a part of. somehow.
The world of Atomic Heart's very interesting.
Can you
as well.
explain it a little bit?
It's kind of like it is Soviet Russia in an alternate timeline where they've mastered robotics, but then there's like evil robots.
And in terms of vibe, it's kind of like Soviet Bioshock. And it's a vibe.
That's a good way to put it.
And what's interesting is that from the original game Atomic Heart, one of the primary things people loved about it were like the boss fights, and then like the outdoor environments and the art direction. And that is just the cube. And then they're adding in this multiplayer component as well, with like, it seems like PvE elements with bosses that you'll fight against together as the cube rotates. I can't wait to find out more.
I love how open-ended they are. Munfish is like, we are all curious because we don't know the exact direction they're going and where it could end up. And I was trying to pinpoint like what game I was looking at, because we are gonna flow into Atomic Heart, and I love that tie between those worlds. But I honestly saw a piece of like the finals and the first destructibility and cube movement we saw when the finals first released. There was something about that aesthetic that I also saw, and I was like, okay, now I'm instantly locked back into this.
The DLCs people love. There's already Atomic Heart 1 and 2. This is their fourth and final DLC for Atomic Heart. And when we saw the trailer, we saw the screenshots.
Yeah, so wait, they are doing an Atomic 2, Atomic Heart 2, right?
Then the third game on our list with that one was Immortal Gates of Pyre by Sunspear. Jake, you had a great conversation with Ian.
My boy Ian. It's a game that's been in development for a long time. We're going to probably talk about how it's a group
they do
of
have a
modders,
second
and
one
so
coming
they've
out this
hired a lot
year.
of modders.
I don't know
They
about
have
this
that
year.
DNA for this game and a lot of the concepts they want to plan out for the future. They've had hands on this for almost 10 years, but they've been working hard on it for about 5 is what they would tell you. And they really want to try and combat, as we all know, like the RTS genre is really hard to get into because
high barrier of entry.
I agree, because it's like you see these games, you know RTS games, and you're like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to work on micro, macro, and all those movements per second and whatnot. And they want to try and combat the pillars that have already established themselves in the RTS genre. We know Age of Empires, but we also know StarCraft is the one that people kind of go to.
Yep.
And he was saying they've had these games in the genre that blew up so early on that it's been hard for companies like this to make a new RTS and survive and branch out and be somewhat unique to what we already have kind of attached to.
I do like that they're kind of emphasizing accessibility, because I think it is pretty intimidating for new players. That's why a lot of people don't want to, are kind of
They
turned
seem to
off
have a
by
good strategy.
RTS. It's just so overwhelming to look at.
It's awesome. I'm one of the people who haven't played RTS because I don't want to go against Sweaty Joe, who's been playing this his entire life. I have no, I don't have any clue how to do it.
I live for micro, macro movements.
Right.
And then you can have the sweaty experience if you want, or you can have the experience where you just sit at home and have a beer.
Yeah, just chill out.
I was like, that's my guy.
I appreciate him saying that. That was very honest.
but I do want to really support them. And you know, when it comes to cracking through whatever the current the current stereotype in that genre is, they're trying to innovate, they're trying to do things differently. And one last thing, they're very, very community focused. So like a lot of the devs we've spoken to, they love their community, they found their diehards, and it really has shaped the project. And so I hope we see it in the near future.
Oh, true. Exekiller, Far Far West, and Erosion.
Next up, we have what I'm calling kind of a Western section. We have some new footage from the game X-Killer. That's going to be Paradark Studio. There's Far Far West from Evil Raptor and Erosion from Plot Twist.
What did she say? Is this?
Welcome to the world of Exekiller. We are Kasia and Amadeus, the creators of the game.
And this is Gameplay Overview. Exekiller is a first-person action-adventure game that encourages exploration, rewards curiosity,
and never holds your hand.
You play as Denzel Phoenix, an Exekiller, a corporate bounty hunter.
Exekillers hunt down fugitives and reclaim souls from those who try to escape the system.
One of the game's main hubs is the Tower, a massive fortress city ruled by the Helion Corporation. This is where you accept contracts, upgrade your gear, and prepare for missions.
Job well done, contract fulfilled.
The game is structured in chapters, and almost everyone begins and ends in the tower.
Okay.
Outside the tower lies a harsh, scorched desert. You travel through it in a heavily modified car designed to protect you from extreme conditions such as heat and radiation. Inside the vehicle, you have access to your computer, storage, and a working radio.
Oh, nice shot, I should say. I like this. This is like a cyberpunk western. That makes sense. I like it. Damn! Was that was nuts? Oh my god. Yeah, okay. Alright. Sign me up for this too. I'm realizing I like a lot of like action games and I don't play that many of them. I really need to change that. Like action shooters, I really need to change that. Oh. Oh, damn.
Survival is a core part of the experience.
Yeah.
Inventory space is limited, and every item matters.
Oh man. Okay, so this is literally like Deus Ex.
Careful decisions about what to carry and what to leave behind.
At least Human Revolution didn't have that many.
Systems allow you to hack
They didn't have that much inventory. Well, okay, you can hack too.
And access restricted areas.
No shit. Okay.
Your cybernetic implants help you uncover hidden elements and investigate the environment.
Batman.
Missions and level design are fully non-linear.
That's gonna... What the hell?
There's no single way to complete a contract. Stealth, dialogue, and combat are all valid approaches and can be freely combined.
Damn.
In Exekiller, every decision matters.
What's it gonna be? Plata or muerte?
Exekiller, okay, all right,
Wishlist Exekiller on Steam.
You got me. I'm definitely getting that. Yeah.
Hi everyone, Robert here from Fireshine Games. I am the senior product manager for Far Far West, developed by the incredible 6-person team at Evil Raptor. Far Far West is a 1-to-4 player co-op PvE first-person shooter where you play as robot cowboys in a weird western world. Work together to kill bosses, collect bounties, and cleanse the lands of the evil enemy invaders. Today, I'm going to talk you through a short, single-round session of Far Far West.
Oh, okay.
Here, we're exploring the Far Far West hometown, an evolving space where you can upgrade your weapons, spells, and character. Once the team is geared up and ready to go, we can pick the bounty we want to hunt and drop into the game.
So the last game was also you becoming a bounty hunter, getting these bounties, aka these souls. And now it's the same thing here.
Now that we have dropped into the map, it is time to head to our first objective. We
Was
can
it grabbing
travel around the
bounties
map
too?
much faster with the use of our
But this-
trusty horses,
oh.
which you can summon with the press of a button.
I like this. Now we're going straight up west because this is far, far west.
When fighting enemies, I can use different firearms and a variety of spells to do damage or heal myself and teammates. Spells and guns can also be comboed together to make their effects more powerful, spread their damage further, or even create new spells.
Sheesh.
To summon this boss, we need to do the obvious. Launch a nuke at its nest. So let's get this rocket loaded with explosives and shoot it into the sky. When playing co-op, you have to work together as a team to complete the objectives and defend yourself from enemy attacks. Right now, we're throwing sticks of dynamite to my teammate for him to put in the rocket, of which he is actually only catching a few. While carrying out objectives, you will attract the attention of the enemy hordes, who will try and stop you. Now we have the rocket all powered up, let's launch it at the boss nest to really make it angry. This bounty is far from over. Now we have to take the beast down. Let's summon the boss and get this party started.
Oh shit. I like that they're all bones. They're all skeletons. Oh my god. Alex, no!
We won and the boss is dead, but we aren't safe yet. So let's get to the station to get the last train out of town.
Oh, was the boss's name Alex?
When the train is called, we have to stay
No,
alive for
Alex
its
is
arrival,
your
which
teammate.
is easier said than done when the whole of the far west wants you dead.
Ooh. Excuse me.
We made it out alive. Well, some of us.
Oh, 'cause
which
you are
means we
cutting it
get
up.
to keep the resources we found along the way. These will allow us to upgrade our characters even more and be stronger for
Left
the next
tube
bounty.
high,
This
that's
was
so
just
fun.
one simple game of Far Far West.
But that's
there are
fun.
multiple
It looks
bosses,
fun.
maps, objectives, weapons, spells, upgrades, and cosmetics, all unlockable through play.
Just
you can
smack
play
the
the
shit out of
playtest
that
with your
thing.
friends right now.
What the fuck?
As a parent,
Oh
you've
shit,
got
pixel
one
art. Hold
job.
up. Lock in.
Protect your family.
You can't stop time.
Whatever happens, you do it.
Oh. What are these games called again?
But even if you kick the bucket, you don't stay dead for long.
This is like oh, what are these games called? Frick, I have one of these games. They just came out with a sequel like last year. I forgot what it's called. I have the first one of it. Man, I can't remember. It's like Enter the Gungeon. What would you call that genre of games? Oh, bullet hell. Oh, I guess this is, yeah, this is kind of like a bullet hell, right? Roguelike. There it is, roguelike. That's the game. That's what I'm thinking of. Never played a roguelike before, but I would love to. Well, I did play a bit of Enter the Gungeon, actually. I enjoyed it. Should really give roguelikes a try. And really lock in and see how I would do with them. Erosion. Journey through time to save her.
First up, we saw X Killer.
Bro, is that-
that's coming from Paradox Studio?
The way she looked at it and walked away,
kind of-
bro.
I
Is
mean,
this
the
NTR,
vibes
the video
were great to me.
game?
It was reminding me a little bit. You disagreed, but like a cyberpunk in the wild.
No, I
West.
just see it. I just see it.
The animation work was crazy good, like the world building.
I think the way it's described is a post-apocalyptic Western-style FPS with a bounty hunter vibe. And so we even saw in the trailer they were picking up bounties. It kind of reminds me of Fallout as well.
Yeah, a little bit.
So I think it looks like a lot of fun. That could be a new kind of like staple in those types of games to me, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great combination. I mean, it looks fantastic. Like, it's stunning.
animation-
It's coming from such a small
Sci-fi
team.
cowboy, I'm in.
Sci-fi cowboy, exactly. Yeah. It gave me cyberpunk vibes with also the
Then
bounty
we
hunter
had Far,
elements
Far
of like a
West
western.
coming from Evil Raptor, Western-themed action shooter project. You know, the way I've been describing it, to be honest with you, is Western Sea of Thieves. There's a lot of depth there.
That's
it
actually
looks
a
like
good
I mean, that's not a
comparison.
bad comparison. Sea of Thieves was very fun to me.
Never
What
played
if
it,
Sea of
but-
Thieves, but cowboys, basically.
Well, it's that, but also with specific hunts and like bounties. We're going out and doing boss fights with each other.
It seems very teamwork based too. Like you saw a clip there where they were fighting the boss on the ground and one of them was up top and your teammate threw the dynamite up, caught it, planted it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Third on this list, another Western. This game is pretty mind-blowing. I think we're all on the same page with that.
The art
was
style is
Erosion.
fine.
I could see this one being like
This is gonna be a big one. This
yeah,
is
a big one.
Well, like the most compelling aspect of it to me is the time passing affecting not just the world that you're exploring, but also like, literally your daughter. She grows older every death that happens.
I think it's
a
a
decade
decade,
goes
yeah.
past.
So the
Oh,
worse
that's your
you are in the
daughter?
game-
If you die
Oh
20
shit,
times,
never mind.
like,
I thought it
she's
was
not
his.
gonna
Oh,
be there when you
never
get
mind.
there.
No,
You're gonna be
I didn't realize it
talking
was
to
his
a
daughter.
gravestone, but it's
That's
just a
awkward.
very captivating art style, like you
It's also
mentioned.
open world.
Open world roguelike. Yes.
We're gonna have people that are gonna want to go deathless runs of this. I hope that maybe there's.
Bro, I said it's like an
glimpse of
NTR
hope,
game.
like,
No, this
if you
is
have a
like
deathless run or maybe
it's
a
your
one-shot
daughter.
run,
There's no
true
way
ending
your
or something.
your
there's a
daughter just
happy
eventually
ending.
gives
And I
up on
imagine
you
that
if
most
you
other
take too
endings are
long.
not
That's
gonna be so happy,
crazy.
or at least a bit sadder.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah,
It looks
exciting.
really good.
We're gonna see a lot from that game.
For sure.
The Division 2. Oh, I don't care about the Division.
Next
Last
up, we
Man
have a
Standing.
very exciting section for people who like competitive games, shooter games. We have an awesome interview that Jake did with the executive producer of the Division franchise. We also have Alpha Response, a game coming from the original creator.
Well,
of
I guess I shouldn't say I don't care about the Division. I don't really care about Ubisoft in general, just because of what they've been doing. So I understand a lot of people like the Division too. So let me fix that sentence right there. I just don't play these kinds of games. These looter shooters, they're not my thing, but I can see the enjoyment that people have out of them. I just don't like Ubisoft at
If you
all
imagine
anymore.
a real world location, the most important city.
This is
in
not the
United
Ubisoft that I grew up with.
Washington, D.C., completely ravaged by a pandemic and struck by the strongest, worst blizzard of all time. And you are going to have to survive and extract the most valuable resources. And of course, that leads us to survivors. So what are we doing? Like, we can't rest on our laurels, our 10-year-old laurels from survival. So we're reimagining it. We're bringing
Okay.
this
No, it is.
snowstorm,
Yeah, it is a looter shooter.
this weather change to Washington, D.C. And that's
Because extraction
something that
shooter, that's
you've
more
never
like,
seen, in Washington, D.C.
What the
We're
hell is
gonna
that other game they have?
transform the entire map. We're thinking about it in a very different way with innovations that haven't been seen yet. There's a focus on this to make it such a different feeling experience from the core Division 2 experience. I think we've got something super, super promising here. Survivors is developed with Magnus Jensen, who is the original Division 1 creative director. So this is a guy who lives and breathes the Division. He's so excited about jumping into this type of game mode again. And there is a hint in the title of something that we're going to be doing really differently from everybody else. We always develop with a player in mind, with player types in mind. And I think here we have to acknowledge that the Division 2 has a large player base of passionate gamers. And one of the things that we want to do is really lean into the sort of comfort game of the Division 2. People are happy to jump in, know their way around the controller, know their way around the map. They know how to play this game. So we're going to take that and subvert it a little bit and change the map and make sure that the weather has an impact on you, which it doesn't have in Division 2. So there are lots of little things that we're doing to surprise our core audience. Veteran players, they're going to be surprised. All of these locations that they know by heart, they're going to be transformed. So the Division 3 is in production, right? right? This
There's
is
a
not
third division?
secret. It's been announced. It's shaping up to be a monster. I
can't believe they're
really
making
say
3 of these
anything more
games. That's
than that,
crazy.
but this is within these walls in Massive. We are working extremely hard on something that I think will be as big an impact as Division 1 was. There's a team in Paris working on this, and they're putting the final touches on a mobile execution of the promise of Division 1. So, Division 1, New York, pandemic strikes, take back New York. This is a brand new story with mechanics that are really fine-tuned to a mobile phone. Graphically,
Ubisoft, you're losing me.
looks like
I
a
get it.
PS5.
The mobile space is so big that
you
you'd be
may have
stupid to
seen
not do it, but
the
you're losing me,
adverts
man.
for
You're
it.
losing.
It looks phenomenal. Really, really good. It plays really good. And it has a few innovations. You know, the Dark Zone, this area of atypical PvP. It was an area where, much like other games today, popular games today, you could walk around, you could hear gunshots, go over there, there'd be another agent. You'd approach cautiously, feel each other out, and decide whether to partner or to actually engage in PvP. The whole of the Resurgence map is friendly to other agents. So you'll hear gunshots on a corner. You won't need to be in the Dark Zone. It could be anywhere, and you can group with those people. So PvP is off by default, but being able to group up and to see other agents in the streets, that's never been done in a Division game before, let alone a mobile game.
Okay. I can see how people who are in fans of the Division would like that, but I don't know. I don't really. Me myself, I'm not really a big fan of these multiplayer shooters anymore. I just don't. I don't feel the need to go to these games anymore. I don't know. I just like my single player games a lot more. I know the Division 2 you can play single player as well, but it's just like I don't really care about a lot of stuff Ubisoft pulls out anymore. They've kind of they disappointed me too much with a lot of their actions. This looks insane. What the hell? I swear I saw a dude have like a mine or some shit strapped to his back. What kind of game is this? This kind of gives me like Triple T vibes. Trouble in Terrace Town back in the day. I guess you could say CSGO. That dude has a mine on him. Oh my god, yeah. He has bomb strapped him. What the fuck? Oh my god, bomb defusal? Yep, okay, I was right. This is literally like CSGO. Okay. It's like CSGO mixed with what is that shooter? The one where you're like a bunch of like these crime dudes going around like pilfering places. I forgot what it's called. I have like the second game, I think. I got it for free. Either the second or the third game. I don't remember which one it is. Damn, nice snipe. Nice headshot. Okay. You know, I say all that shit, but this looks fun. I say all this shit about before, but this looks like a fun thing to play, actually. I'm not gonna lie to you. Alpha response. Oh. That makes sense. Okay. What the fuck is this? Is that early 2000s inspired rock music playing? Yo, what? What they call dead rock now? Last Man Sitting. Oh man, Raw Fury. Oh man. Okay, this I feel like has potential if they don't fuck this up to actually be like a really fun game that streamers are getting really into. Not gonna lie.
Last Man Sitting is a game where you blast through the environment mounted on an office chair. So you're always on an office chair. And you also have a freaking gun. So movement.
I feel like this has meme potential.
Like
I feel like this could.
But it's also most
you could make like, excuse me, a lot of like content from this game.
As a battle royale. So does it lean BR? Is it more shooter? Is it a mix of both? How's that go?
So many years ago, there are early like prototypes of the game. It was a battle royale game. And it's sort of went viral and got like a lot of followings based on some short videos of the game. But then as we developed the game more, we found that we wanted to gravitate away from that a bit. So we saw some limitations with the battle royale gameplay. Eventually the game became more like more of a 4-player chaotic PvP shooter. More like a shooter version of Super Smash Bros., which is like one of our favorite games at the office. There's like different maps. There's different modes also. We worked on the PvP mode. We also made a PvE mode, which is more like maybe best compared to Swarm survival games. So it's more like a lightly narrated story where you go up against your manager and you like go up in the floors of an office building. You have to survive for a certain amount of time. There's more and more enemies coming that become more numerous and more ridiculous as time goes by.
This looks sick.
There's mini bosses. There's
this looks insanely sick.
And you level up. You get power ups. And this is where like you can get even more power ups when playing the PvE game mode. So that's when it gets really ridiculous.
Okay.
Then you can unlock, of course, new weapons, new characters.
You can have so much fun with this game.
You can upgrade your chair, so you can.
That was one of my questions. So
we looked a lot at this like early 2000s aesthetic.
Okay.
Which we thought was like really cool, especially like when we started designing the user interface. We felt like, you know, what if the whole user interface just felt like Windows Millennium Edition or Windows XP, and you have that those little square windows, and you have the font that we all remember. So eventually the game sort of became more of this like 2000s nostalgia type game.
I like
we also have a lot of like Counter-Strike players at the office. That's definitely something that I think has had its imprint on the game as well. Imagine it's 2002 and you're listening to punk music and you're
see,
playing
there
on
you
your
go.
Windows XP computer.
Oh my gosh.
That's sort of
awesome.
the feeling that we wanna
I love
to
that.
have.
Last Man Sitting. God damn, I love that. Okay. What the hell? What the hell is this? Trample a Grumpy Walker? What the fuck? What kind of steampunk kind of game is yo? What? Oh my. Oh, interesting. Oh. Sand, Raiders of Sophie. That looked wicked. That looked wicked.
I say first up, we're going to talk about the Division interview. Of course, we weren't able to get a ton of new information, but they are working on a lot of different projects right now.
I don't know if I've ever talked to anyone else who has 26 years at a single company in gaming. So talking to him, he was, I was doing a bit of glazing because everything he said, it felt like a storytelling experience. And so we're talking about Survivors, and this is the kind of redone version of Division 1's original Survival. And so it's a snowstorm impacted weather hit Washington D.C. and it's what he kind of also alluded to as like one of the original extraction shooter-esque like games.
Sorry, extraction shooter. I kept calling it a looter shooter. It's more extraction shooter.
Elements. He says it's really shaping up, and also original players of Survival are going to experience. He couldn't tell me everything, but they're going to get to experience, you know, remastered things and things that are updated from the original that they did want. But he couldn't tell me too much as to what it was. Besides that, it's really shaping up and it's really interesting. And both new coming players, you don't have to play Division or Division 2 to stumble across this and love it just as much.
I think with the success, obviously, of games like Arc Raiders right now, you even mentioned that, it's an interesting conversation around, do you try to chase those things and copy stuff, or not even copy, but take inspiration from it, or are you having to come up with your own ideas that you've been working on for 10 years or however long? It's just interesting how they've been working on this for a long time, and now there's a mega popular game in the same exact vein.
Yeah, and he said it a lot more eloquently than I can ever represent it as, but you know, he realizes it's probably a mix of things. Like a lot of other games are doing extraction shooters with certain things here, but they've also had an image of where they want to be and where they want to go for quite some time now, and now they're finally getting to breathe that into existence slowly.
They also talked a little bit about Division 3, which when I say a little bit, I mean like a little bit.
Julian said this. He said, it's shaping up to be a monster.
Why are you looking at the camera like that?
Very much.
I would say a highly anticipated game that they can't share a lot about, but we were excited just to hear that it's a monster as much as people love these other games. Next up, we had Alpha Response coming from Min Lee.
For anyone who doesn't know Min Lee, the original creator of Counter-Strike, I love this guy. We had the chance to meet him on a couple occasions, also sit down and talk with him. He went to his first Counter-Strike major this past year. It was an incredibly rare experience to see like such a notorious dev.
So I was right in order to say that it was like Counter-Strike.
He was there since the very beginning, and then to
He's
see
so
like
passionate about this stuff. I mean, this seems like
Not
his
going
niche.
Too much of a tangent, but he still has that shooter DNA.
Talking
in
about
him.
these games,
And
it
so this is
seems
kind
like
of
his
a
niche. I like to see that
shooter, might you, and
whenever
you also
they're very
play,
passionate about it
as
genre,
law
that they
enforcement,
speak up
but
about
the goal
things.
is to complete a series of missions, and yeah, definitely remains true to the whole shooter Gooseman DNA.
It looks like Counter-Strike meets Payday.
There it is, Payday. That's the game I was thinking of, Payday.
Then, speaking of Counter-Strike, we talked to a guy who was highly inspired by Counter-Strike, which is so cool to me to have in the showcase. So, like, we have the OG who made this game, then we have a guy who's inspired by that guy. This was Last Man Sitting.
It's so ridiculous, and
it's gonna be a fucking meme game. I love
It
it.
feels like a mixture of like Tony Hawk's Skater Pro, but replace the skates with chairs.
Yes.
And then
And give them all weapons.
give them some guns. Why not?
The clips are going to be insane.
Yeah.
You're gonna see some wild stuff.
That's what I'm saying, bro. This has so much potential
And
for
they're
this. A
still
lot of
working on a lot
content.
when it comes to
That's awesome.
PvP versus PvE, but at the core base of it, they want it to be PvP based. It's going to be a round-based game, and so I believe 4 players, so super competitive lobbies. But I think you can
It's also a chaotic shoot.
very chaotic, and it progresses round by round. So their unique feature in competitive balancing is it's the first player to win 5 rounds, but if you lose a round, you get a power up. So you get an ability, and that is their way to balance.
Even the odds a little bit.
You can even upgrade your chair.
Yeah, so by the end, which you can, and by the end, it's going to be pretty hectic because, of course, if everyone's taking their turns and winning 3 rounds, 4 rounds, whatever, by the end, you're all going to be super OP. And so the ultimate goal is to win that 5th round. You're going to have to beat some pretty high-powered people.
My favorite part of the interview is hearing him say, we're inspired by Counter-Strike, Super Smash Bros, the Call of Duty era. He just wanted to see people 360 no-scope others.
That's what it seems like.
In an office.
That's what it seems like, and that's
You
dope.
see the
I
trailer,
love
you'll see
that.
the agents or the characters, and you'll be like, oh, that looks like Counter-Strike, and he'll say, yep, that was kind of, we're all big
You just
Counter-Strike
know he
fans.
grew up on the quick scope montages, 360 trick
Bro,
shots.
fucking
I love the idea of,
MLG
like,
gaming.
they're sitting brainstorming the game, and he's like, I want to make a shooter, but what's our unique spin on it?
Wait a second.
Oh, wait a minute, my chair. Oh
Guys,
shit.
get in here.
Oh my god.
You're never gonna believe this. You might want to sit down.
It'll make sense. Then finally, in that section, we had Sand Raiders of Sophie. The developer is Holly Griff as well as Tower House, but the publisher is Tiny Build, who we're all very familiar with. This is a co-op action adventure. You're in a desert world. Honestly, it reminded me of another. I don't remember it. They were like sailing in the desert in some other game, but this. My favorite part about this is that you could see them building your ship. That you're then like traversing the desert
It's
and
kind of like a
fighting
base
people.
building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of reminded me of Sea of Thieves meets Base Builder.
Rust.
Where you're like, you're building your own
Yeah,
ship.
Rust.
Yeah. It's very cool.
Rust on legs.
There's also normal gunplay too as well though, which I found. At first I was like, oh, it looks cool, but then I saw there were like normal guns too. So
They're really
I like
adding
it's
in a bunch of
new
genres in it. I like
concept,
that.
I feel like where they were probably, I have to assume, fans of Rust or fans of different types of games. They're like, okay, what if we make a moving base in the desert, and then you can explode people's bases? Or I'm curious. We didn't see it in the trailer. I'm curious if you can raid other people's bases.
I'm pretty sure you.
That'd be the coolest part. If you raid their
like jump
base.
off of yours.
Pretty sure you can take other people's bases. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, pretty sure. Oh, it's
Next up, we have a
RuneScape.
section that a couple of us are definitely going to be very excited about. This is the 25th year that Jagex has been making RuneScape at this point, which is extremely impressive. I know Jake and I have been playing it our entire lives. We've got old school RuneScape, we've got RuneScape 3, and we have Dragon Wilds.
The Trinity!
Right, so 3 games, massive games that have been around for a long time. A lot of people have heard
silly.
I think we should just give the room to Jake.
Yeah, at this point, bro, you see how happy he
It's my
is?
favorite part for all you RuneScape fans.
When we all arrived here, the first thing I saw was Jake on his laptop and RuneScape was pulled up next to Twitter.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Did you see how Hunter has like a side monitor just?
He does this.
Really? I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
cool. These guys are real
Lower level?
fans, though.
Yeah.
I'm north of 1800 now.
I'm over 2100.
I knew
so
that's why I didn't want to answer because I knew you were going to lead into it. Anyway, Jagex has given us a variety of exclusives across all 3 games. We're super happy to talk about it.
They've done a lot of very impressive things over the past year, I would say. They did Varlamore with Jake's favorite, the Gemstone Crab, just AFK there, it's awesome. Has the Delve with Doom. They have the Gridmaster this year, which was super fun. I played that one. They also added Sailing most recently, which is the first new skill ever in old school RuneScape. Had a lot of back and forth. My favorite part about it is the fact that they listened to the community a lot with the release of it. The exclusive they gave us was this new logo reveal for the next league season.
RuneScape old school. What the Oh shit, that's cool. Also, I saw the 3 numbers. They ain't slick. They ain't slick.
We
I
don't
saw
know much
that.
more past that. Obviously, Leagues is a lot of fun and probably the most engaging time periods of RuneScape. I think you see player peaks every time. So I imagine a lot of those WoW players are going to come back and be a part of that. Outside of that, RuneScape 3 was also in the news a lot this year.
For a variety of reasons. One of the biggest ones being they've removed the biggest monetization methods they had in the game, which was widely talked about and has been for probably next to a decade. Obviously, in the MMO genre, you have to make money to sustain such big games and big servers for a reason and to keep these updates coming. They're not small teams. And so it was that community battle of like, we need monetization, but at what point is it too much monetization? And they finally reached that breaking point.
I think we also have some reveals of some of the areas they're revamping, which is very cool. They're trying to declutter the entire world because right now the game, if you, as an old school player, log on, you're probably like, what is going on? Most of the time. So that's very cool. They also gave us the image of their anniversary cape, which looks fire.
Isn't that beautiful? And I actually have one behind me.
This is Jake's opinion.
Yeah, right behind me. Let me just
And
run
then
right
finally,
here.
we also
here's the
had
cape.
Dragon Wilds, which is a game that we are very excited about.
Another incredible game.
We are a big fans of
Look
those
at the
types of
change.
games. Valheim, we spent a ton of time on. So when
The
RuneScape
art
announced
style
this,
change is
we were super
insane.
stoked personally and played it.
I guess this is
And
what I
they're in
would
early
expect
access, but
like
they talked a lot
RuneScape to
about
be if they went this
their,
route, and
1.0
they're
release
going
and
this
everything that's
route
coming.
with
For those
RuneScape.
unaware, Dragon Wilds is the survival game inspired by RuneScape. And so being a big survival game guy and my love for RuneScape, it was kind of the mixing of both worlds. So Dragon Wilds was always going to be a big thing for me. And as you said, it is early access, still developing. They are aiming for that full release though. It's still a great game and getting better and better.
I've
If
never
you like
played
games
RuneScape
like
though.
Valheim or Enshrouded, I would say this is the kind of game
100%.
you would like to play because it's just like that. You can spend a ton of time building your house and making it better and better. And then they're also adding iconic RuneScape things. Again, we talked about that with like the cube. it's cool to see a world you already love in another format.
The fresh twist.
Yeah. They already have released their roadmap, but we have a lot of cool stuff that is coming to the game that RuneScape players will recognize. New skills come out at each time, so fishing, prayer, agility. You're gonna get mithril armor, rune armor coming out. There's 3 new regions next year coming with the 1.0 update, like over time. And then we got the first look at Dowden Reach, which is their next region. You're gonna recognize these Black Knights, which look a lot scarier than from,
he's not gonna make it
from
through.
RuneScape. If this is the Black Knight's fortress, it looks absolutely incredible.
Incredible.
You think it's gonna be a lot of fun? Right.
I don't know if I'm gonna continue after this segment.
You guys have heard me and Jake talk way too much about this. We also have a message from a couple of creators that you might recognize from the RuneScape community.
RuneScape and Jagex has just turned 25 years old, and the recent year has actually been incredible. And what is to come over the course of 2026 and beyond is something that, as a player myself of RuneScape for 23 years, I am so excited. I mean, I think the game right now, old school RuneScape, is in the best place it's ever been, but Jagex as a company is turning into potentially being the best they have ever actually been. In 2025, over old school RuneScape, we didn't just have many different pieces of content, such as sailing, Balamar, Royal Titans, a duo boss that came to the game. We actually also hit an all-time high player count since the game actually released over a decade ago. That is crazy. It's absolutely incredible. But that is not the end. We still have 2026 to come.
What is that face in the back? What the fuck is that?
2026 are going to be crazy. We have the Blood Moon Rises.
What the fuck is that?
The Winter Summit, the finale potentially of the Mauritania questline. That personally,
I'm
the thing
fixated
that
on this. I'm sorry,
second
brother.
most excited for, behind Raids 4. Now, Raids 4, I know nothing about right now, so I can't really say much, but that is the thing I am the most excited for and have been the most excited for years to come.
Also, Remy.
As of right now. And if that is not everything, we have Leagues 6. And I know one thing about League 6, and that is League 6, demonic pacts. All I can say. That's all I know right now. But League 6 will be coming most likely in Q4 of 2026. Can't fact check that. I do not know. But that means League 6 may contain Blood Moon Rises and Raids 4 inside of whatever League 6 is going to be, and that is going to be incredible. As for RuneScape 3, I'm not a huge player or ambassador of RuneScape 3. I am more on the old school side, but there is a massive update that occurred earlier on that I was able to get behind, and so did all of the old school RuneScape community and basically anybody inside the community. And that was the removal of a microtransaction called Treasure Hunter. And finally, RuneScape Dragon Wilds. I played it when it first came out with Ashenvale, I believe it was called. And in the most recent expansion, Fell Hollow, I recently have played that one as well, and I have completed it. And Dragon Wilds is a game where it's not even fully released. But when I say that, 2026, Dragon Wilds will be fully released to everybody, completely done. But you can play it now. You will only just get the first 2 expansions. And the first 2 expansions as a standalone game is incredible. I cannot wait to see the expansion to the entire thing when we get the entire world, the entire universe of what's going on there. So far, the gameplay is incredible. Whoever's working behind that team, honestly, I feel Dragon Wilds, when it's released later this year, I don't know when, again, it's going to be a masterpiece when it's fully done, when you can start a new character, go through Ashenvale, go through Fell Hollow, and then go through the next 3rd, the 4th, the 5th, the 6th, whatever level of different realms there's going to be. But you can still play it now, early, and you can play the expansions as they release. Right now, we have Ashenvale, we have Fell Hollow, and we will be getting another expansion fairly soon.
I know
into
nothing about these games at all, so I can't really say much.
And I think the fishing skill. Honestly, Jagex, 25-year anniversary, the game, the company, everything, it's looking good, and I'm very, very excited for the future.
And if you guys haven't yet, make sure to go play RuneScape.
That was the only other
of all time.
That was the only other person. Damn, this is still going. Damn. Okay, Darklight
Next up, we have
Survivor.
a group
Oh,
of 4
this game.
games, that being Darklight Survivor coming from Mirai & Co., Tape 101 coming from Subversa, and Unawake from Reality Art Studio, Nested Lands from 1M Bits Horde.
This is quite a long showcase. Over 2 hours. But you know what? That's fine. I don't mind it that much. These games generally look interesting, so I understand why they want to make sure that it's all showcased. You know? Obviously, not all of them's gonna be something that I'll look forward to, but it'll definitely be something that people will look forward to. It's always good to know what kind of games are coming out though, so that people won't be like, oh my god, I didn't know this was coming out, you know? This reminds me of Helldivers 2. What? It's so weird, because then they go from like looking like Helldivers 2 to like a top-down, kind of like a top-down shooter. Like, look at that. Like, that's insane. What the hell? We go from Helldivers 2 to Enter the Gungeon in the same game. And then, what was that art style before? Oh, what was that? Oh. Huh. Darklight Survivor. That looks interesting. Never played one of those games though.
Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead.
Every time I hear Bring Out Your Dead, I just think of Urinating Tree, the YouTuber. Every time he does his football stuff, whenever they're at the end of the week, whenever they have somebody who's injured. Whether they're out for the season, out for a short amount of time, or maybe unfortunately had their career ended due to injury. Or if somebody got arrested.
Hell of that smell.
Oh shit. Oh my god. The villagers are ready for action. Hey, oh. So you just get to go around to different villages and pillage them? That's crazy. What the fuck? You're a village chief now. Stay clean.
Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead.
Nested Lands. Oh, that's this month? Oh shit. Ooh, that looks interesting. Okay, this game I've seen a lot of people stream. Okay, not a lot of people. I've seen quite a few people stream, I should say. A lot of people usually do like horror stuff. They've streamed this. It looks interesting. Don't do it again. Don't do it again. It's this back rooms kind of games. That eye's moving. Read me. Silent Hill. Water. Oh god. It's one of those games where it always feels like something's behind you, but you just can't see it. It's just out of view. Tape 101. Yeah, the demo's out. Okay.
For eternity, I struggled to become an aspect of courage, freedom, and honor. So much for the glory of angels. Let it in. Let it burn your flesh.
Oh shit.
Let it burn your soul.
Oh my lord. Okay, what? Alright, you have my attention. This looks sick. That bitch went flying. Damn. Oh shit, don't get killed now, boy. Come on. Get him. Get him, get him. Oh, bitch. Oh. Get him. It's kind of like a Doom aesthetic in a way. A little bit. With swords. Unawake. There's like an actual game. I don't know if it's. Am I thinking of Kingdom of Kingdom or Kings of Alamo?
First
Never
up,
mind.
we saw
Let me shut up.
Darklight Survivor. Maybe
Amalur?
one of the games we've seen that kind of blew our mind a little bit. You
Or
had
Valheim?
top
I don't know.
down. You had third
I think
person.
I'm just mixing games up
and
in my head.
something else.
Oh, the instantaneous switch, of course, between top down and third person, but then the pixel art, being able to
Okay, see,
instantaneously
pixel art, yeah.
Adapt
yeah.
to.
That's
It's
insane.
really, really sick.
Yeah, combining both those features, because you said it and I was like, wait, is that what it's doing? I had to.
Yeah, you can sort of like just toggle it.
That's
You
such
could-
a crazy.
that's insane to
Such a
toggle
crazy
it.
feature.
So it's a
Third
game
person,
like a
top
roguelike
down.
game.
Yeah.
You're roguelike,
And,
yeah.
a little bit kind of like Vampire Survivors in the style
There
of
it is.
Megabunk.
Thank you.
So you
Vampire
can either
Survivors.
have the top-down view, first-person view, whatever you prefer, and you swap all the time. Sick.
Very Half-Life. Not
I
Half-Life.
think it's interesting to think about the strategy
Helldivers
element
2.
of that probably that comes into play, like when you're fighting certain things.
Yeah, maybe some
Maybe if
bosses.
you're seeing
it's
a
useful
boss
to
Because
that
on
way.
the surface, it seems like it's just like it's a personal preference thing, but it might actually have its place in like the gameplay loop. Like
Yeah.
if you're in a certain situation, I should go top down.
Or maybe
real quick.
depending the skill that you use.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you may think that it's just like a gimmick for a different viewpoint or filter or whatever, but the idea that you could use it tactically as a gameplay mechanic too is really cool.
Aiming for early access in late Q1 of 2026. They already have a demo out that a lot of people have played, and we've said this a lot of times. One of my favorite parts about these devs already is that they have listened to their players who have played the demo. They made it a point to tell us, like, we've made 6 patches in the demo based on player feedback, and I think that's super important, especially
That's
for a
good.
game that looks as good as this,
Yeah.
because it can be a lot of fun. You know, roguelike survival with mechanics we've never seen before, as far as I'm aware, so it should be fun. Next up, we had Tape 101, a game that's probably too scary for Jake to play. If I had to,
I had to literally cradle him while we were watching that. I thought he was gonna.
All of these
cry.
things are true. Yeah, you guys know me so well.
what I appreciated about it is it's not a jump scare game.
Yeah,
No.
they stress they don't want to do jump scares. It's specifically psychological.
That's my niche.
Mind
I love
melty,
psychological horror.
unnerving horror.
If-
You will not have
Makes me
jump
feel
scares, but
uncomfortable.
you will have nightmares. about
You know
it.
the thing
That's
is,
the
that
thing.
sounds like something that a developer of a game that has jump scares in it would say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no jump scares.
Yeah, there's.
You said they sound like my chat anytime I play a scary game. No,
I feel like you just have trust issues because
You
of
have trauma, bro.
unresolved problems.
You're 20 hours in. That's when you're gonna finally see the jump scare. And it's gonna be one big gotcha.
Honestly, I would kind of respect them for doing
That
that.
would be
I
awesome.
would too, honestly.
I was
That'd be so
definitely
funny.
unnerved by just the music, whatever's going on in the background. They did a great job.
But there's cool little twists to the backgrounds
It
too,
kind
right?
of feels at times that you're also hallucinating because of like the camera.
well, it's
angle.
like video camera, and
Yeah.
you were in an RC car
Yeah.
during certain points, like exploring it. We had nested lands as well. It's a village in survival, like village management in survival type of game, where obviously very medieval. A lot of, I mean, what was the last shot? Like throwing bodies on a fire?
Yeah. Bring out your dad. I will say, I love management games. I love
Bring out your
management
dad.
games and sim
Bring out
games.
your dad.
Village management sim games. Like this is right up my alley.
This feels like Manor Lords meets survival. So it has a different viewpoint, and you got to take care of not just yourself, but everyone around you.
If you don't, your entire village is just gonna be
Yeah, they even show you the burning
Burn up.
bodies. Like, yeah, sorry, you lost some of your peeps.
Yeah.
Better make
Done.
better decisions.
What I liked was seeing the blend of, like, obviously you're playing as this person and you have to survive, and he was like hunting stuff and like that. But I imagine you're also recruiting people for your settlement as like the king, and then you have to like choose who to recruit and
they show
build
grown
out a
out.
village.
Initially, it may start with you doing the micromanagement, but you eventually can assign villagers to go do the forage, go
kind of like
hunting.
in Power World, how your pals become
Exactly.
your workers without a wage.
Exactly. Yeah.
I feel it.
Then finally we had Unawake, a game, a first-person action game, mixed kind of a little bit of fantasy. You're battling hordes with melee, ranged weapons. It's hack and slash. It's roguelike. Looks like kind of like a Doom Skyrim.
There, see, okay,
I like
Doom,
that.
I was
Art
right.
direction
Oh, yeah, Skyrim, I feel that.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, those
Yeah.
environments, you see them, and it's just.
It's very pretty.
No, but something about it, I don't even know if I have a comparison. For some reason in the back of my mind, this probably won't make it. Mordor-esque, like, it just looks really good.
Yeah, Mordor.
Very dark version of Mordor, but lighting
The atmosphere.
Yeah, that's
That's like
A bummer version of hell.
So notes they gave us expected to launch early access late 2026 as well. They are designing the game to be moddable after release, which I think is really cool. People who like Path of Exile, they specifically called out it's a central skill and stat tree that is similar to Path of Exile,
Interesting.
but more approachable.
So
it's not gonna
expect
break
a skill forest instead of a skill tree.
Skill force, lots of complexity,
like
lots of
that.
interlocking skills,
like
layers
that.
of progression.
So I think a lot of it's going to be a game for people who really like their builds of things and like, okay, how can I specialize in this?
Oh, dude, I'm doing this all day. Just
Do that for me one more time. Just show me
and then the double sword grab they were doing. And the fact it's moddable, I would love to see the direction that goes.
Yeah.
Well, there's so much potential. You could have modders come in, do
I feel like that
additional
should be a
levels,
meme.
boss fights, romance, unironically. You could add that if you wanted. Like, lots of potential.
I think it's the world is too dark for that stuff.
Well, with that attitude, yeah. But maybe with romance, it wouldn't be so dark.
Love can exist anywhere.
A mod could brighten the world up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh,
Next up,
Warhammer
we have a very exciting
40K.
segment where we actually got to sit down with the
Okay.
executive producer over all of the Warhammer 40K series, as I understand it, Anatoly Shestov.
Ah.
My enemies from within. My enemies from without.
I really do want to get into the world of 40K. Maybe we'll save that for next year, because this year is the year I need to get into a lot of RPG franchises. So I'll probably save that for next
Imagine
year.
you're playing inside Warhammer universe by the guys who can't use the army, who need to find this particular person in charge of bad things to make Imperium stand for one more day before grumbling to dust. That's basically how I would describe it. Just imagine the true Warhammerish stories where no choices are good, but you don't have an option to go away. You need to get your hands dirty, and it's just a matter of how precisely you will achieve this. One of the most significant changes that any player would experience compared to the rogue trader would be more stakes, more value in a surrounding, in any environment that you're playing with. The covers, the line of sights, we redo how they are calculated, how they are working, and how much benefit they providing to the party. So it's basically would be more playing around the environment. We abandoned the step up mechanics. So if you're ending your turn behind some wall, you are behind some wall. There won't be like one circle around you that allows you to step up of this cover and to shoot at anything. If you so the place where you start your turn, the place where you're ending your turn would be more significant. Other thing is role-playing model. There are way more roles being made inside the combat. Lots of the things making you roll something, lots of the things make your opponents roll something. So it's not just your weapon skill or ballistic skill, it's way more significant influence of the role-playing choices that you've made previously. Almost all of the combats in the game will have alternative ways to finish them, not just killing all of your enemies. We are allowing player to target specific parts of the body of the enemies, and by doing this we're allowing to make your opponent lose an option to move or lose the option to use abilities. There are different ways how you can tactically approach your desire, your design of how to proceed with the combat. And of course there is a whole new subsystem that came on a change of the momentum. This is a morale system. Momentum was a party based, and you spend it to activate some heroic moments
for the Emperor. Yeah, what's up, Justin? What's up?
For the Dark Heresy, we feel it need to be more intimate, more personal, and not just for your party. We are not just telling a story through the environment or the words of the in a dialogue. No,
You keep saying your name a lot, man.
Making a cases. We're actually making the culprits. We're actually collecting and interpreting evidence and discussing them with your retinue and analyzing them and making conclusions. There are some other mighty forces inside the scintilla because you're not playing.
No, I was just making a joke because they kept and Anatoly just kept saying just. I was making a joke. Don't worry.
You
How
are
you doing?
playing as a person in charge, as a person that have authority, and the person who need to make hard choices. One of the most significant ways of the influence of a story for Dark Heresy would be your decision of which case is more important. For example, there is a
I like how I like his corn because like
slums, and this is a toxic waste, and the level of the toxic sea is growing. And if you're going there as a first place,
again.
there
What did
will
you
be
say?
Toxic waste
Blood for the blood god.
somewhere
Oh,
nearby,
okay.
and there will be people.
No,
getting
Nightbot is not a
ready
corn
to
fan
be
apparently.
consumed
No.
by the toxic waste. But if you are going
Man.
there late stage,
Yeah, I don't know anything about.
there will be actual toxic
I don't know
sea,
anything
and you
about
will be
Warhammer
playing
40k at
around,
all.
and there will be changes
I got
in
some of
the
the free
geometry,
games that
changes
Amazon
in,
dropped,
in
but
the
other than that, I know
counters of
nothing
how
about
they're
this
playing,
franchise at all.
changes in the narrative behind this, and changing based on the timings, how you decided how you approach this.
It does look fun though. I feel like this is something I could definitely get into if I ever do decide to.
Darkness and bring the light of the Emperor to the uncharted void. All must be cleansed in his name.
Oof.
Is there anything you can tell us about like new factions, new notable characters, or iconic Warhammer 40k lore?
There would be Treason. I don't know, most iconic thing that you can potentially name and encounter as a rogue trader as a Treason. It would be some interesting.
No, I like that. I like the descriptor that you said, but the first sentence is wild. But I understand what you mean. I feel like every time someone's talking about Warhammer, they had to say that specifically. I'm just like, oh shit.
Brand new systems like augments ones. You will be able to replace some parts of your body with interesting pieces of Imperium technology. There would be some elaboration on a story of the world behind.
Yeah,
the
pretty much.
main
Yeah,
role of the
xenophobic. Exactly. They like to bring up that or like racism.
Let's
Pretty
say
much like
this. It would be some
space
interesting
racism.
dive on a past of the von Balansus dynasty, even further than Theodora. There would be some new takes on how dangerous wildlife can be. Other thing that definitely we will provide for the player.
Yeah, war.
Is,
Yeah, pretty much makes sense. Makes sense.
some
Yeah.
vaults, the Treason vaults. Some collections of pretty wild things being gathered by this Necron. Of course, this is a Rogue Trader story, and Rogue Trader is kind of part of his void ship. So there would be some expanding of the void ship, some new places to visit, some old places to revisit. It would be new companion with a whole set of unique mechanics inside it. It would be the general system of augmentations provided to the players. So if you always wanted to replace the limbs of the Heinrichs with some like pretty adamant ones, you will have such an option. Not just iron hands from the Biomonsi, but the real iron
shit.
hands.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
that's an option.
Now I'm picking up
It's
what
the
Rogue
first
Trader is.
DLC
Okay.
that allows us to expand.
I feel like this
the
game
game
might be something I
parts
want to
of the
jump
Rogue
into
Trader
whenever I get the
and
opportunity
expand
to get
not
it.
mechanically,
Because I
but
love this kind of
expand
games.
it in a 100% of the different aspects of the game.
Yeah, Rogue Trader looks like a lot of fun.
Let's first talk about the new DLC for Rogue Trader.
Actually, I'm gonna interrupt you. Can you tell people generally, basic bitches like Jake, can you explain Warhammer 40k? As you know, like what's the playthrough about?
We actually asked Anatoly to describe all of this for
Why did
people
he
not
say that?
familiar with
Why did he say
Warhammer, and this is how he described it.
Imagine you're playing inside Warhammer universe by the guys who can't use the army
Oh.
To need to find this particular person in charge of bad things to make Imperium stand for one more day before grumbling to dust. That's basically how I would describe it.
There's a new companion. And
Yeah, Rogue Trader. Yeah, I'll look into it. That might be something I either play later this year or next year.
Like new environments. They're revisiting previous environments and then overhauling them. They're altering and they're changing. Not to get too specific.
I never played Diablo, but that is something else that I probably should also look into.
This DLC alone offers 12 to 15 hours of additional content. Like, there's a lot of meat on the bone.
So I'm very happy. I was extremely happy when he said that, yes, this game is going to be fully voice acted. And I'm really excited because it helps people to, have like this depth and this, to understand how the characters really feel, especially in a world that's so heavy and difficult.
Dark even at times.
Yes.
But to be clear, Dark Heresy is not, it's not like a sequel to Rogue Trader. It's a separate system. It works different mechanically. There's different things going on.
Okay.
But my understanding, and speaking with Anatoly, was that it's going to be a very narrative focus. That's the primary concern. Not that Rogue Trader was not a focus, but that's where a lot of the effort is going with the voiced cast throughout the entire thing. And
Inquisitor Martyr.
Okay.
One of the things that I really enjoyed that he mentioned was you can target enemies.
That's the name of the game, Inquisitor Martyr. Okay, gotcha.
During fight.
That was the coolest part that I'd seen.
So it's really nice because if they have like a they're very fast. So you want to target their legs to cripple them and so on. Not only that, but you know how sometimes you get into a very awkward situation where you're crushing the combat.
What I love about it is you can be Adeptus Mechanicus or Adeptus Sororitas.
In the battlefield, he's still trying his. That's not.
I'm starting to realize a lot of these terms, if these are terms in these games, I know nothing about.
They can.
It's a little sad.
They can try to sometimes maybe even negotiate their way out of this, and it's up to you to decide what happens.
I'll do one of those things where I'm just like, I get it. I don't get it.
You can
I don't
render
understand.
your opponent useless in whatever different limb you want to actually target, but you can also make them blind. There's so many different unique features to the combat where even when I was listening to talk about it, I was like, okay, wow, I've never played a game like this, but it sounds really
Is it
intriguing.
like
and it was
being
just
adept at like mechanic stuff, or like adept at like magic? Like, what does that mean necessarily?
Granted in RPGs, like the concept of just an enemy. Well, you fight until
Both are side armies of the big army.
The team went back.
Okay,
like,
gotcha.
That doesn't like necessarily make sense. Like sometimes the guy would be like, "You just blew his head off. You just exploded that guy. I'm covered in John. You know, like I'm gonna run away now." And that just makes sense.
I love that description he gave. Yeah, I love that one.
It's lovely.
So, question for the group that I want to spin off of this. How do you play these games? Like, okay, now we know this critical system. You can blow their arm off. You can maim
Corn,
them.
whom I mentioned earlier, is one of the chaos gods.
So the choice, like, make it as miserable as possible. Let me take one arm and then feed him that arm while I take off the other arm. Oh, are you surrendering? I can't hear what you're saying.
So if I'm
I think he understands me. There's some things that are
understanding
really
this,
exciting about
I'm
this
gonna
game,
like Corn
and I cannot
when I do
wait to
play
try
them.
So I hope you guys
So I'll probably choose that
are
faction.
as excited as I am for this one.
And I can't stress enough, Owlcat Games, they know
Well,
what
like
they're
Corn,
doing when it comes to
the Chaos
CRPGs.
God.
Like they are not to be messed with. They know what they're doing, and I think this is one to keep an eye on for sure.
Next up,
This is still going. Holy shit! We got Nurgle, Plague, Slanesh, Goon, Corn War, and Sanesh. Okay, so I know those names. I probably like Corn. Bro, this has been going on for almost 3 hours. This is crazy.
These are the
I can't believe
creators
it's still
of
going on.
Speedrunner and Dinch Attack, coming from Undercoders.
But there's so many new games coming out. Towerborn.
I would describe this as a brawler meets action RPG. This is an awesome entry into the brawler space as somebody who tends to play a lot of RPGs and MMOs. So I have a lot of brain space and like I want to make really
Total
cool
War Warhammer
builds.
40. Oh,
A
I
little
think
less so
through
in,
that
like,
one, I think
how
that
do I
game was actually
dodge
gifted
and get out of things? And
to
find
us. I
my
think it was one of the
openings.
free games that
Early
they
on, I
decided to
was
give
able
out.
kind of
I'll have to look
compensate
into
for
that, but I
by
feel like I
finding,
got that for
like,
free.
finding nice little gear
I'll
and
have to
little
double
pieces
check
put
though. I
together,
feel like
to eventually
I feel like Epic gave that out for
my
free, so I'll have to see if I
brawler
have that
skill
game.
set. And I find myself kind of going going back and forth as we play test between like, oh, I'm finding something that's a little difficult here. Well, what can I do with my gear set in order to tweak things, or like, is there a different skill that I should pick up for this particular encounter, and then be able to go dive right.
You don't think so?
The player
Okay,
is
I'll have to
Ace,
see.
which is
Oh!
a deathless defender of humanity, which is currently sequestered away on the Belfry.
Oh,
which is
okay,
the player's
my
background
bad.
over there.
That makes sense because it's not out yet. You dingus.
It's a
Yeah, that
tower
makes sense.
that was set up for mysterious purposes, but turned out to be a pretty good haven for folks after the fall
Total
of
War
their
Warhammer.
stronghold, the City of Numbers. The player is
okay,
helping
gotcha,
humanity
gotcha.
as they
Yeah,
can,
maybe I
getting
do have one of the other
refugees to
Total War
safety,
Warhammer games.
battling the beastkin that have risen and have become incredibly aggressive, while ultimately attempting to find out why did numbers fall and what conspiracy is still brewing there.
We wanted players to experience a brawler type
Oh,
combat
Warhammer meets D&D. Well, I
inside
do like D&D.
Diablo style
Okay.
RPG.
Okay, you're speaking my
gear
language.
sort of system, and
The
so
Cascade.
we've
Okay,
spent
gotcha.
a
You're
lot of
speaking my
time over
language
the
with this
last
when you bring up D&D.
6 months or so, taking a ton of
Okay.
feedback from our players to really kind of hone that particular system. So players should be able to come in, pick one of the 4 classes that we have. They'll see a whole new set of skills. They'll find a whole bunch of new equipment, and the idea should be that they should feel like one of several heroes going in and just.
I feel like
beating
the
up a
Total
bunch
War
of
games are always
awesome
very expensive.
monsters. We've tried to add new.
I
enemies,
see
new lieutenants, some new
streamer
bosses.
VTuber
I
named
think
Cleo
people are gonna
IT. She streams
feel
it a lot.
quite the
like a lot of the
adventure
Total War games, and I
as,
feel like they take
as they go into
forever. And she
updated
streams like
version of
10,
Power
12 hours a
Stoic
night
has
whenever she
always
streams.
tried to be player first.
You
When we
against
decided to
280.
do early
Holy shit,
access for
280?
Towerborn, a lot of
What
that
the
was
hell?
born out of we had a
No, that's
vision
insanely
of
expensive.
trying
Okay,
to
gotcha.
evolve the-
So that
the
could span
brawler
like,
into
dude, it could take me
something
like 3
bigger,
months to
something
finish
that
the game
hadn't
if I
really
ever
been
like
done
stuck to it and did it for like
before.
hours
You
and
see
hours
other
possibly. That's
games
crazy.
have taken different routes. You know, some have taken
But
kind
that
of the
sounds like so
roguelike
much
route,
fun.
some
That sounds like so
stayed
much
to the
fun.
Traditional. We wanted to kind of expand it to more like the
You don't think so?
true action RPG.
It is, you don't think it's gonna take me
And
that
in
long?
order to do that, early access was very, very important to figure out what was going to work.
A week
and
max.
what wasn't.
Oh, okay, word.
Simultaneously,
Gotcha,
we
gotcha.
didn't want to be caught in early access limbo, right? Like, I'm sure this is the kind of things that you would love to talk about. I love to talk about them too. How do you not stay in early access for 7 years? Our intent and purpose was we need to come out of early access solid, and there is a certain
In a
point
day,
where
you got rid
just
of 100. Oh,
collect
wow, 100 of
everything.
them. Wow.
Most of the feedback that's coming in either kind of falls into an existing category. Hey, a lot of people have
Oh
said
yeah,
this thing.
no, that makes sense.
You know,
That they're wicked
maybe
on
you
notice.
might
That
get
makes sense.
something new, but you look at it and you're like, yes, it's new, but it's not reaching the kind of urgency that some of these other things are. We have a good list of things now. This is kind of what the players have told us. We need to really deliver on that. The best way we can deliver.
I
on
mean,
that
I
is
can
just,
understand why Chaos
put
would be
your head
super
down,
strong. I can see
focus,
why. Yeah.
and
So that'll be
create an
fun to definitely
experience that,
take it.
that
Definitely look into
I
and play.
believe is worthy of coming out of early access. That people should look at that and say like, oh, okay, I see why you did it. Absolutely was worth it. I can see a clear night and day difference between what is in live right now.
Funny
and what I am
memes. I
receiving
was playing
when
Corn
you
for
go
funny
into
memes, and then I
One of
removed
the
20
big
armies
pieces
without
was that
trying.
folks were
God
big
damn.
fans of
Okay, I see you.
certain pieces of actual gear that you would earn through the game. But there was no cosmetic version of that, and so you had to make.
I
the
feel bad
choice
I'm
of,
not
like,
talking about the
do I
game that's
wanna
on screen
look
right now,
good,
Towerborn.
or do
It's
I wanna still, do I want
it looks like an interesting brawler.
Powerful,
If you want to, if you're gonna
and
touch it, you should play Demons
we
of
added
Chaos.
the
Okay, I'll
ability
keep
to
that in
be
mind.
able to
Demons
create
of
a
Chaos.
cosmetic version of the gear that you earn through writs, which are earned through completing adventures.
And so the idea initially with Towerborn was we just want to make a fun beat 'em up with a light story in the background. We weren't really going to lean into kind of the stoic narrative strength that we have. We just kind of wanted to take a bit of a breather. And we had expected, perhaps incorrectly, that the community would see it for what it is and be okay with it. But it turned out a lot of people were like, wait, you have something very interesting in the background here. We actually really want to know what's going on. We really would like something more clearly leading us through. And so we've spent a very significant amount of time and resource to put a narrative from the jump And so there's an arc now. There's a primary antagonist. You will understand that antagonist. You will confront that antagonist, and there will be resolution.
Play
And so
Towerborn when the
there's
full game
probably
officially
a
releases February 26,
12 to
2026 on Xbox,
20-ish
PlayStation,
hour
Steam.
story
Okay.
arc now in the game that players can look forward to and feel like there's a resolution to the Towerborn.
It looks interesting. Fireshine Games. Undercoders. Oh, this game. Okay, you want to talk about memes, man. This game is memes to video game. What? You are literally doing tricks, Jet Set Radio style, on a freaking bus or a train, I should say. Like, are you kidding me? What is this? This shit looks insane. Oh my god.
Hello, we're Undercoders, an indie studio based in Barcelona. Recently, we've been focused on developing 3D platformers, but our studio is heavily influenced by arcade classics, Japanese culture, and extreme sports games. And Dense Attack is our dream project.
I don't know who she was drawing right there, but she looked beautiful.
Everything we love.
Yeah, I know, I would hate it. This looks insane. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think this is something I would love to play.
A not so distant future Japan in which local railways have been abandoned and are now used by underground gangs to compete in illegal contests of train acrobatics.
It's like
you have to rack up points by chaining tricks, explore huge levels, race against rival crews, and uncover a wild story as you travel through Japan, taking the railways back.
That's so cool. What the hell?
We are making a game that is not just about what you do, but how you do it. It's expressive, stylish, and totally up to you.
Bro! Oh my god.
From our first trips in the late 90s, we've been obsessed by traveling across Japan by train and being able to dive into the local culture, getting to know the architecture, the landscapes, the folklore, and we're always captivated by the sheer contrast of their peaceful countryside and the high energy of its huge cities.
So
it somehow feels connected and
yeah,
part of the same
yeah,
cultural
pretty much.
body. It's a never-ending source of inspiration that has been fueling our creative energy.
I like the art style though, man. Like, oh my gosh, this looks so good. This is my aesthetic. Like, I like this kind of aesthetic as well. Like,
you'll find a variety of challenges to move forward.
I feel like it's hard to really nail down what I like exactly, but they hide it by we did it for our game.
The world is packed with a bunch of unique characters
What
from
the
different
hell?
gangs and personalities that you will have to face on your journey through Japan.
Oh, Gyaru.
And with every new challenge, you will
That
go as a
poster of the
dungeon
Mario
attacker and further
crew,
add
what
to
the
the
heck?
chaos. We've handcrafted every stage from the ground up, pulling from real-world locations to make every landscape different but recognizable. You will go really fast, but if you look closely, you'll catch references to every corner of Japanese culture.
You'll be fighting wild boss battles against gang leaders, which will test everything that you've learned.
Ain't no way. They what robot? Okay.
These are always
All
full
right,
surprises.
all right.
You never know what
got me.
secret thing
You
is your
got me.
rebel
You
hides.
got me. You're
So you'll
adding
have to get
freaking
creative
robots
to
to this.
overcome them with your
Okay.
friend.
All
They're a
right.
mix of spectacle,
101 Japan,
personality,
by
and
the way.
challenge
Yeah.
that
All right, you
one
got
could
me.
expect for
You
an
got me.
anime-style showdown late game.
And then-
Densho Attack is a love letter
What?
to anime, skate games, and Japan's iconic train system.
Yeah,
If you
what?
like Jet
This
Set
is
Radio, Tony
insane.
Hawk, or Densho to Go, you can't miss this train.
Oh my god.
Pun intended.
Wishlist now. We can wait to show you more.
Oh my god. Yeah, you got it. Densha Attack. Okay, you got it. Yeah, I want this game. Shit.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to Densho Attack. It's the best game in the world. See us.
Hello, we're Undercoders.
They even have a blooper reel in this thing.
Wishlist now.
They look like they have fun.
Wishlist now. We can show. Wishlist now. We can't wait to show you more.
Knock, knock, knock. Is this? What is that game? I have this game. That's similar to this. This is Oh shit. What is that game? Oh, there it is. Speedrunners. So they okay. What the hell? I have Speedrunners. Speedrunners was so fun. Yeah, most of the stuff is so fun. Some of it's not my speed, but honestly, some of them are. Like this game, I love Speedrunners, so I think I love Sprint City. It's literally the same game. Because it's about the same devs.
McLaren and Shayna, and they were awesome and very chatty about their game, and for all good reasons. They were an early access game. It's they want to focus more on the RPG side of things, but technically speaking, looter, brawler, side scroller, like you said, meant to
Kind
be.
of like Castle Crashers.
Yeah, that is definitely the most common comparison they get, but
Yeah,
along
actually,
those
that's right.
lines of
That
couch
that,
co-op,
that
you
one
wanna play
game
with a
Towerborn
buddy
did
or
look a lot
play
like
with
Castle
whoever's
Crashers.
next to you, and they are actually an early access game now going to full release.
Mm.
So this is their big update to justify the full release, but it was already definitely justified. Upon full release, we're looking at 170
I feel like a lot of people have started to recently look at games in
they also want to focus
early
on these
access
builds, which leads
with
to
a lot
an
more
ultimate
scrutiny. And what's going on with the stream?
So there's also a difficulty
I don't know what's going on with the stream.
bar they're going to be
Okay.
adding to all of this. They have a level that is going to be called, I believe, Brutal. And from what I'm being told, it will be extremely difficult, but the game is meant to be replayed plenty with you focusing on what builds you actually want as you play through it all.
There's definitely a huge market for co-op couch gaming right now in a world of like online multiplayer.
Oh my
Like, that's
God,
kind
we
of
need
a
to bring
lost art.
back
It's all
couch
successive games like
multiplayer,
Split
man.
Fiction, stuff like that.
People
For those of you
hate
who are
online
lonely
gaming.
without friends, I relate to you. I actually played this game by myself every time I have played it, and I still had a blast.
And for those who haven't checked out the original, with this big update though, also introducing a new biome. You have new bosses. The enemies you fight against have new styles of combat. So they are really introducing a full-fledged game that was already pretty fleshed out to begin with, but they're wanting people to be like, okay, this is technically a new game. So for those who are expected to stumble
I feel like
across
games
this,
like
you
Split
are getting
Fiction
a
really
brand new
have
side
changed
scroller
things
with
where
so
people are
much
like,
replayability.
oh, we should really
It's
bring
another
back
situation
couch
where they
co-op.
took a ton of
So
feedback
I
from
like
early
that.
Yes.
People
Heavily
really, I feel like people are
community
really
focused.
missing
Again,
a lot
we've
of
said
stuff
this
from
many
back in the
times.
day where
A
we
lot
had
of these
that.
devs
Especially
know how
what's
to
going
listen
on
to
with the gaming
feedback
market
because
now.
those are their
A
diehards.
lot more people
And they've definitely done
really,
that.
really
Next
want to
up,
go
we
back
had
to that time.
Dinch
Hell,
Attack.
I'm one of those people.
I like
But then you bring fucking Dench Attack? Boy, shit, what? This is my fucking shit, bro. Oh my
This
God.
is my favorite Japan-inspired game ever.
I had seen this game before, but I didn't really understand what it even was. But now I understand what it is, the inspirations. Like, it makes sense. As weird as it is to say that an acrobatic train game makes sense to me, it makes sense now.
It
Yeah,
looks
because we were
awesome.
talking what, like Temple.
That is a game for the new generation.
Like
yes.
Temple Runner X, like TikTok.
Yeah, you see
Slack.
it's
Oh,
under a Joe Rogan clip on TikTok. Like, just keep people's attention.
But in the best of way, because
You don't
also
need to
I
add
love doing
TikTok
this
to
kind of format
this,
because
no.
you see a different side of those devs. Like they went out of their way to send us that stuff, and we get to see a different side of them, and to see and connect to the faces behind it and see their enthusiasm.
They're
kinda,
so fun.
Yeah.
How could they not make a fun game?
Yeah.
It's impossible.
The boss, the mecha train
The mecha
thing.
train
Bro.
boss
So
is
when I
sick.
heard there's gonna be a boss fight in the train acrobatics game, I was like,
At first glance, you're like,
That kind of art style has really been making a big resurgence lately, and I'm very happy to see it because I do still want to play Unbeatable or Unbreakable.
There's a story behind
That one
this.
game that came out last year,
and real
and then there was that
inspiration.
game
So
that
it's
came
to
out.
show you what has
You know what?
actually
It needs Subway
inspired them
Surfers
to
content.
make this Japanese style
No,
game.
no, I
Yes.
don't need
Hey,
Subway Surfers on it.
3 out
No,
of 10.
no.
Next up in that group, we had Sprint City. That is coming from Double Dutch, which was the creators of Speedrunners, which is another very popular, couch game that people have played for a very long time. They have Speedrunners 2 already coming out, but this is a whole
I
different.
love playing
game
speedrunners
from
back in the
same
day.
creators.
I
This
feel like
looks
I
a
streamed
game that,
speedrunners
in a
with the
good
crew
way,
back
would
then.
really piss me off to lose to other people.
it looks like a
Oh,
game
bro,
that
I
would
was
ruin
so
friendships.
competitive with that game. Oh my
like
God, I
it.
was so
It
fucking
looks like one
annoyingly
of those side
competitive with
scrollers
that
that I
game.
would fall so far behind where you can't even see the others, and it just kind of leaves you
Oh,
real
no.
the
upset.
first jump, and you're
Yeah,
like, gonna get it.
Turn the console off.
Get a bigger
Start over.
Get a bigger TV so I can see where they're at.
To me,
If
Sprint
they
City
didn't
is a
somehow
game that
hate me when I
you
played that
are
game, bro,
over at,
oh
like, a
my God.
party.
When it comes
it's
to
like the Super Smash
like
Bros. Effect.
games like
It's-
that, I
it's
get
like
so
we
annoyingly
played
competitive.
a round of Pong or something, and now we want to play a video game together. We're gonna go play this, and people are gonna get pissed, and Jake and Rob are gonna get in a fist fight probably, and like.
He doesn't want that.
And who do you think's
Did
gonna
you
win
guys
that
ever
fist
play-
fight?
I
We
wonder.
already had this
Who do you
debate
think
today.
would win that fit? Just look at the size of the feet. Pretty close, aren't? Yeah.
Did you guys ever play Overcooked with your families?
I did not, but I've watched people, and I've seen it ruin relationships. I feel like.
Overcooked
It's
ruin
still
relationships?
test
Oh
of
shit.
communication. In this case, my understanding is the game is much more competitive, where you're playing against your friends, you're not really working together. But yeah, these types of games, I just.
It's momentum based. It's Sprint City, literally, and like speedrunners. And so I feel like it's one of those games that's also probably very satisfying to be good at, and to be like.
Once it clicks,
But you can't be too good.
Once you're hitting all the
Yeah, but you
proper
can't
places.
be too good or your friends won't play with you.
That's fine. That's still kept going. Damn.
Now we have a set of beautiful games, in my opinion. This is going to be Eternal Life of Goldman from We Appy Studio and THQ Nordic. We have Dust Fade from Weird Beluga in Fireshine, and another Fireshine game with Pugstorm called Core Keeper.
Lads, this is going on almost 3 hours. In fact, it will go on for 3 hours. This started at 4. My time, it's almost 7 p.m. This is a long showcase. I'm happy to see a lot of these new games though, because I don't think a lot of these games would have gotten this amount of attention, so I'm happy about it. But like, damn,
What
there's
do
a
you mean
lot
he
that I wasn't
smashed?
aware of.
What do you think?
If you
He
have
fell
enough to
from
go
a
on for almost
great
3
height.
hours.
Yeah, but he couldn't have. Did he really die?
I imagine he was crushed to a pulp.
What the
Do you
fuck?
think they'll ever find his body?
Mom!
Okay.
Oh wait, I heard of
I
this.
was just making sure you were paying attention.
Yeah, wait. This was shown before. Yeah, this was shown before, I think. I don't remember. Was it at did they show this at not the Summer Games Fest? Did they show this at the Game Awards? No, I didn't watch the Game Awards actually. Eternal Life of Goldman. I feel like I remember. No, this was the THQ Nordic the THQ Nordic thing from last year. I remember that. They had their own showcase. Yeah. That game looks nice. Pugstorm. That was just a few months ago. I can't believe I remember that. Oh, okay. I see the I see who would like this kind of game. Okay. This is very like if you like Stardew Valley, that kind of game. I never played Stardew Valley, so I don't know how I would feel about it, but it looks cozy. This is like Stardew Valley. What is that other game? Because there's like the fact that you have Oh. Okay, well. Huh. What the? Oh, Terraria. That's the name. Thank you, Terraria. Yeah. See, I don't play those kinds of games, so I don't know. Yeah, because everything wants to kill you, exactly. Somebody's gonna find that character attractive, just Wraith. I could just tell immediately. The way that, yeah. If I somehow don't see a clip on Twitter of some girl or even a guy, I don't know, somebody online reacting to this and being like, I want to fuck that thing, I would be so surprised. Because, bro, I see it all the goddamn time. I don't want to judge, but it's like, damn, y'all love these kinds of creatures, don't you? Next thing you know, I play a game that has like a certain creature on there that I also find very attractive, and I'm like, damn, weren't you just talking shit about other people doing the same thing? Now look at you. I'm like, yeah, you right.
Surprise!
This looks interesting though. Oh, get telegraphed. I just realized, wait a minute, your health looks a lot like the health of like Kingdom Hearts. What the hell?
It'll be different, but you'll both be okay.
Wait a minute. Oh my god, is this Kingdom Hearts inspired? I'm just realizing stuff. Hold on, I'm realizing. Wait a minute. Or oh, what if this was actual Kingdom Hearts 4 and Nomura was just fucking with us? The real life thing that they're doing before? Nah, this is actually Kingdom Hearts 4. I was just messing with all you guys. You guys all fell for it. I tell you what, those that like Kingdom Hearts, Dust Fade. I feel like
First, we had Eternal
a
Life
lot of the
Bowman that we
fandom might
just
hop
watched that
onto this
trailer.
because they're just waiting for no more to fucking drop more information about Kingdom Hearts 4. They might just drop into this. Kingdom Hearts 2.
Classic animation.
It gives me also Cuphead too.
Cuphead, it's like Cuphead, Hollow
So
Knight.
stupid.
And so they've had a previous trailer that was very unsettling because the narrative,
Yes.
the narration went from like comforting,
Happy, and then it got
kind
really
to like dark and scary. This one, it was much more.
I miss the murder
lighter,
vibes.
but like it works. I'm so excited. I think it looks so good.
It's gonna be emotional. It seems like an emotional game that like people are gonna get tied to. Like you said, Hollow Knight. What was it? Celeste, sort of, maybe a little bit. I mean, game of the year.
Sorry, I accidentally hit the table.
Whoa.
As people like to say about any game.
Yeah, they have a free demo launching in February actually, so people can actually try it.
I love the narration, and I can't wait to see more behind it.
Like we touched on, I think it's one of those games that people will play because it's like a challenging platformer, side-scrolling type game, and then
Last
you're gonna be
night,
sobbing.
well,
Yeah, it just seems very
I
like they
didn't
tell you
stream.
just enough to make pique your interest. They don't tell you much. in the
I
trailer,
know.
and
I'm
then
sorry. I
emotionally
didn't
just
stream
seems very
yesterday.
dark,
My
and you're
bad.
like,
I'm sorry. I'm
Hopefully
sorry.
set you up perfect for a sequel.
You went to bed at 3.
Oh, you never know.
I'm sorry.
Hand-painted,
I'm sorry. I didn't stream. I don't know why,
Hands-on.
but for some reason I just didn't feel like it. I ended up
That's crazy.
getting super tired at 8, so I ended up going to bed early. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I played a new game today.
What do you?
I know. I'm sorry. I played a new game today, but it wasn't the game I thought it was. I was thinking of. I ended up playing something else instead. Persona 4. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Fly there, I promise.
Next up, then we had Core Keeper, a game that you two especially are very familiar with. We have an update coming where you're going to be able to have a massive update with the Northern Biome on January 28th.
No, I'm
There's a new
sorry.
boss, there's
Maybe
next-gen
tomorrow I'll play the other game
weapons
instead, but I don't know.
armor.
I'm really feeling.
Yeah. I
You don't
play
know.
this a lot with my wife. It's just like one of our couple games, and I love it. And so seeing new content is crazy.
I mean,
I played it a lot.
maybe you
by
could learn
myself.
Persona 4 memes.
I started playing
And
it,
then we play
suddenly
tomorrow?
I had over 100 hours in this game.
Although I
wish
might
could
stream
show off my
early
base.
because
I thought I was doing
I
well.
feel like I
mentioned
might
it to
end
Lou
up
that
going to
I
bed
played
within like the
Core
next few
Keeper,
hours, so I
and
might
felt
end up
pretty good
streaming in the
over it.
morning.
It's like, yeah, I have 100 hours, and I have this, and this.
So
I'm
we'll
like,
see what
okay,
happens.
I'll just leave.
It's a great game. I had a lot of fun. It's one of these games you start and suddenly you spent a week playing
Oh,
it.
you will lose yourself.
Yeah.
The other night we
Who
stayed
you
up
gonna
till
spend
1
the chat
a.m.
with?
playing it when we meant to play till 11, and it's just because.
It's good.
Yeah, it's just one more run through the mines. I'll be right back.
How would you like define this game to someone who hasn't seen it?
Disturbing the peace.
Stardew Valley kind of meets Terraria, but it's
That's
like procedurally
only
generated
if
up to 8-player co-op, so you
if
can
I
play
stream
with
the remake. But if
all
I
of
play
your
Persona
friends,
3, it's gonna be the
unless you
first game before I
more friends
touch the
than me.
remake. It's gonna be Persona 3
And
Portable at
it's
least.
just every run is going to be different because it's all based on seeds, so you can have different save files for different friends and pairings. It's really, really cool.
I do like reload though,
you
but
can
I just need to
actually
go
use
through
your same
P3P before I
character
drop
in different
into
save files.
Persona
So
3
if you're
reload.
playing by yourself or in your
Yeah,
friend server,
probably.
you can use the
Honestly,
same
because
character, or you can make a new character
I could just go into the
So
regular
it's kinda like you can
P3P. I
visit
could
their
do P3 reload, obviously
And
with
boss
the
fights. I
normal
forgot
character.
about
But
that.
then
boss fights are
P3P, I'll
so
probably
Stardew
go
Valley,
into
more combat focused,
FMC.
but also
Like I touched on the last time I played it a
different
long
boss
time
fights
ago
have
because I actually
different
really enjoyed
mechanics. The boss
what
system
little
in
bit I
this game
played.
is actually
So yeah, I'll
excellent.
probably jump into
I have killed, I
FMC.
think,
Yeah.
all of the bosses on the game.
Although
As of
there
right
is
now, so
a
I can't
mod
wait
that
for that
people have been making
Denise
for
done.
Persona 3 Reload to have the
Then finally
FMC
in
in
that
there.
section, we had
So maybe I'll do that
from
too.
Weird
Who knows?
Movies
We'll see.
That's the
We'll see.
That's the one.
They say it is a love letter to the golden era of 3D action platforming like Jak and Daxter in Ratchet
That's
and Clank.
exactly that whole era. Like
I'll be
PS1,
right back.
PS,
I'm gonna
that
use the
is PS2
restroom, so
era,
don't
that's
touch
what
that dial,
was
folks. I'll be right back. Enjoy
Ratchet
what
and
they're
Clank.
talking.
And
Be
then
right
there's
back.
boss fights with dodge rolls and health bars, so therefore it is a Souls-like.
And we saw so many different environments too.
Well, you know, like some games, you see the gameplay and
She's
you're
about
just.
to lose her mind.
Well, I was gonna say, like, you see some gameplay and you just like, you know, it's gonna feel good in the
Yeah, you
hand.
can tell by watching somebody else play that feels so
Yeah,
good. There's so
somebody-
much dopamine being
And then you
released.
actually play it and you get destroyed.
Yeah, and you're like, I'm not that good, but I will get there. It looks very, very good.
It's like cute. It looks like a fun game, like you would let your kids play as well.
Is it like a good combination of all that? You even saw like a little bit of Kingdom Hearts there, a little bit.
Yeah, definitely a good
I can
mix.
see that.
And he's grabbing
Yeah, the sword.
Yes.
Yeah.
When the devs describe a game as a love letter to a certain genre or to other games and are not afraid to embrace that,
That's a good sign.
It's a level. If it's a level to be able to say that, there has to be some level of confidence there. Like I know what I have
And respect,
so I
yeah.
can call it a love letter because I know when they see it, they're gonna feel the same way.
That's good. That's well said.
Next up, we have Shadow of the Road coming from Owlcat as well, with Another Angle Games being the dev. There is Starfinder from Epic Tellers, as well as Gallipoli from Black Mill Games.
Citizens of Nippon, a new dawn rises upon your land. Through progress and technology, we bring prosperity to all. Your nation ripples with mutiny. But our technology will protect your peace. Peace demands the sacrifice of those that stand in the way of progress. On behalf of your glorious Emperor Mutsuhito, we will bring light where there is darkness. Together, we march into a brighter tomorrow. For peace, for progress, for the Empire.
This is Ricard Pillosu, and I am the co-founder at Epic Tellers Entertainment. I'm here to tell you about our first game, Starfinder Afterlight, licensed from Paizo. At its core, Starfinder Afterlight is a party-based RPG in a universe that mixes technology and magic. We focus on creating great storytelling inspired by movies like Guardians of the Galaxy or shows like Firefly. While in the game you will create your own character, in the demo you play as one of the companions, Sterling.
So you give orders? Naughty.
Thanks to the success of our Kickstarter, our game will have full voiceover. The dialogue system is the main way to introduce the player to the lore of the world.
If you have the sudden, weird feeling of being naked, it's Lou. Her gaze is like an X-ray machine. By the looks on her face, she either thinks you're a joke, or it's her favorite song playing.
That was our narrator, Roger Clark, known from the Red Dead Redemption series, giving the right space western feeling we're looking for in the game.
Yeah, sorry to ruin happy hour for you, but I have bad news about the big one and the runt. Don't worry, I promise not to say I told you so.
Lou here is referring to Taiko and Cole, our friends, that, after a heist gone wrong, should meet us here. Lou seems to know something about them. If you push Lou about the information she's skipping, she's going to be annoyed.
Okay, I'm back.
That will lower
So,
your approval
sorry,
with
getting
her
hot.
and
Did I
limit your
hear
potential romance options.
a certain character voice in here?
Hold on, hotshot.
This looks interesting.
I own the info. I choose how to deliver it.
Okay, I'm locked into this. I like
All right. They were ambushed at Sekubot offices. They knew they were coming, so now the odd couple needs our help. Happy now?
I thought I said something about a voice actor from Roger Clark or something for Red Dead Redemption 2.
Start the combat right away.
I was like, oh,
the security robots are looking for us and are waiting outside the bar.
Oh, okay, I see.
Time for my close-up.
The game uses the battle-tested system of Pathfinder 2nd Edition with 3 actions per turn.
Oh,
Blue
so they
already
had
starts in a very
to
good
get
place.
that license
She's
for
a full
Pathfinder.
character,
Oh
so
boy.
it's better for her to stay behind. She will use the ability Get Them to give a bonus to Sterling when he attacks a specific character, and then shoot again.
Oh, okay.
Now, for Sterling, what makes more sense is to close our distance and use our energy weapon.
Can you still move afterwards? Oh, you can.
For combat, we decided to stay away from a grid-based system that gave the feeling of a tabletop simulator.
How are you missing? The dude's right in front of you. Damn, you must have shit aim. What are you, stormtrooper? You must be a stormtrooper. God damn. Damn. Okay.
This is it. The team is in full production to release the first 10 hours in early access for summer next year.
Whoa.
We cannot wait to show you more. Thanks for watching.
What game was that? Because I'm interested in that one a lot. Gallipoli. Oh.
Gallipoli is a hardcore multiplayer first-person shooter set in the Middle Eastern theater of World War I. It features authentic weapons, locations, and factions that you play with 50-player servers. How we approach it is we have a unique blend of arcade, where we don't compromise on is picking the locations. Those are always the
I
actual
saw
battles.
what you said. That was
The weapons,
crazy.
the ones that were actually used, and uniforms that are as accurate as possible and plausibly used. It sets us apart there. We go quite deep on the history, but then again we're more accessible than let's say some of the military simulators. It's easier to jump into. Game is a bit more approachable. So in that way, it sets it apart from another
That part is interesting, man. It wasn't even that bad.
well.
What you said was not, I don't think,
bolt-action rifles, you
enough to
expect it
delete the
be
message. And I
one-shot,
thought,
one kill.
relax,
The rest of the
buddy.
game is built around that premise. So yes, rifles are one-shot kill, but then again, it must not be the case that somebody goes around the corner and kills the entire team within 1 second. So especially in multiplayer, the fairness concept must be adhered to. So
The running
everything
reminds
is
me of
built
Call
sort
of Duty. They
around
must
making
really,
sure that
of
the
course,
game feels
take a
fair.
lot of
So
inspiration
there's
from
a
Call of
balance
Duty,
between in
especially the
gunplay
World at War
that needs
games.
to happen, as well as in the way we handle spawning and how quick you are back into the battle. You're very quick to be in combat here. There's other quirky weapons that are part of the arsenals, but these are accurate. They were used. We don't do experimental weapons. We try to stay as accurate as possible when we
Battlefield
model
1?
them. The location we picked.
I never actually played any of the Battlefield
some
games, so
geodata,
unfortunately, the only one that I really have any comparison to is
trying to puzzle
Call of
together
Duty.
how it looked like when it was when the battle took place. When you're under fire.
Me and my
you
friends
have
growing up played
difficulty
Call of Duty and
reloading your
Halo.
weapon,
We
for
never
instance,
touched
and
Battlefield,
adds
which is a
custom-
shame because
custom
Battlefield looks really
animations to
fun.
it, so,
I haven't even
it's
touched
quite,
Medal of Honor.
elaborate,
I had the
not a lot
PSP
of
games at one point.
if at
Medal of
all,
Honor PSP was actually really fun.
where it's really dynamic based on what happens and still fair in a way that the rules are predictable. It's not a random jamming system. It's really dependent on what the player does. One of the cooler things is that you can now build stuff together. Part of the game mode will be that you are able to construct objectives and machine guns and other things together. It's kind of like our evolution of the game mode we had in Isonzo, taken to 11, where it's really you fight over a certain area. Once it's captured, you have to construct things together and then to consolidate your position to secure it.
Okay. That looks
Guys,
interesting.
First we looked at Shadow of the Road there.
I missed this. I don't know what this game
story-driven
is.
RPG in Japan, but also some like supernatural stuff going on.
Okay, so
Oh,
I
shit.
actually played the
I'm
demo
act-
for
oh,
this
shit.
game, and it was super fun. It felt kind of like a XCOM meets like Samurai, but there were like very unique twists.
I like the
final fight in the
XCOM
demo is actually
kind of
really
gameplay.
sick. I
XCOM
hope you
games
enjoy
are
it. There was,
really
like,
fun. I
cool
have
mechanics
XCOM
and-
actually. I want
I
to
don't
play
know.
that this year because I
Give
bought
the
them
demo a go
on
and
GOG.
Fun stuff. If you like the kind of like XCOM tactical, maybe even a little bit of like the Baldur's Gate type, definitely check it out.
There's a late 2026 release for this game. I would say, to me, someone who doesn't play these types of games, I just think the the storyline, or not the storyline, like the environment is cool. It's Japan with supernatural elements.
Mm.
Like you saw that big robot walking around.
Sci-fi samurai. I feel like that's like a trend now. Is like taking certain settings and combining it with sci-fi. That's really cool.
I'm not sure I would say it's sci-fi, but I would say like mythology. It's just some really sick stuff. There is a lot of exploration, and exploration is actually quite cool. You can like change things in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had Starfinder coming from Epic Tellers. That's going to be in early access in 2026 as of right now, and the demo is actually going to be available soon during Steam Next Fest. So when this airs, that will be a month away.
So I actually got to talk with the devs. They were very happy that the Kickstarter was doing so well. They also
I do
got
want to try that out. So
very
next
good,
month I will
team
get
in
that and play
voice
the
acting
demo.
team,
That
and
looks really
the
interesting.
game seems super exciting. I can't wait to hear more about it.
Can't believe it's coming out
Built
next
off
year.
of Pathfinder, I think you said 2nd edition.
Yes.
You know, there's going to be a lot of depth and complexity when it comes to combat too. So I mean, I can see why people are excited. I can certainly see.
But to me, what I can already appreciate looking at it is, okay, you guys obviously paid a lot of attention to your art style, being kind of like the Persona vibes of the pop-ups.
Yep.
I think is really cool. And as we know, the voice acting as well. I think they have a couple notable names.
Sombra from Overwatch.
Oh shit, that was her?
So they put a lot of detail into those, which I can appreciate. Even as somebody who doesn't-
And funnily enough, this character that I mentioned, that's this larvae with this grub-like character with a grub, is actually voiced by the same VA as Asterion. So Breach is also voice acted by Neil Newbone, and he's also the director of the voice acting in this game.
Oh, that's good. I love that.
Then we had World War I Gallipoli as our final one. Jake got to do another interview here with someone who, I mean, I remember you saying during the interview, it felt like a high school lesson for you listening.
Yeah, it was awesome to talk to Josh, and he gave me a real quick pronunciation lesson, because luckily I got his name right, and I didn't get the name of the game right, because being from Iowa, I said Gallipoli, and it is pronounced Gallipoli.
Yeah, I knew it was
Long story
Gallipoli.
short, Gallipoli is covering the Ottoman front, the Eastern front throughout all of this, and what you'll find with Black Mill Games is they always have realistic weaponry for the side they're covering and for the time being World War I, and they don't miss that here.
Well,
Gotcha.
uniforms, there's so much attention to detail, and they even have some unique gameplay systems like the suppression system, where
Coolest thing.
it's basically like when the fire's coming in, like you'll start to struggle reloading and stuff.
I don't think I've ever seen like.
I don't think
I'm
I've ever
sure
seen
I don't know if it's
anything
been done or not,
have
but from
that.
I can't recall another game that's done that.
But it's so clever because of course
That's
you
so much
struggle
attention to
reloading
detail.
when bullets are whizzing
What
by.
that does for your level of immersion is,
And just to remind you guys, this game, I think they do have a PvP focus, but they're also working on a single-player campaign.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they want to do it justice of telling stories of actual battles that did take place, and they're going to continue this string. Like, they're going to continue. I even asked them, like, what do you progress forward on as a studio? Like, he's like, well, we got a lot to do still for World War I. It was a big war, and it lasted a long time.
True.
And so they're not even done here, and luckily they have found themselves a diehard audience that wants to see this story told battle to battle, all encompassing the same war.
Well, and it's such a fascinating way to be able to preserve that piece of history.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like in an interactive way where people can kind of go boots on the ground and see what it was like in of course, a gamified version, but I think it helps educate a whole new generation on something that would otherwise kind of be forgotten.
Mm-hmm. I knew this was gonna keep going. That's why I put a pizza in the in the oven. Cause
very exciting.
Time I'm done with this, I'm gonna eat, bro. Cause I knew it. I knew this was gonna be longer.
For the first time, a very cool section here. First up, we have Where Winds Meet, a game that obviously is already out.
I love it.
Oh,
but
people
we are
love that
getting
game.
A brand new boss coming to the Western version of the game.
Maybe I'll
in
try it
Dino
out.
Blade,
We'll see.
coming from Team Spino. Incredible looking game. And we also have exclusive interview content with Desert.
Oh, is it? Oh, shit. Well, all right, never mind then. I guess I won't touch that. Never mind.
Does the moon or the south still shine bright?
That's okay. If anything, I guess I'll just watch some people play it. But yeah, okay. I'll probably never actually touch it myself. Ew, are you serious? Oh, never mind then. Fuck that. I guess I just won't watch people play it then. Nope. I don't like that. Good thing it's free, but I'm not touching that game. I'm good on that. Yeah, I'm good on that. I'm not touching that then. Sure, the battle system looks interesting, but man, I also would never be able to do this kind of freaking. Oh my god! I tried playing Code Vein, man, and I got my ass kicked. So if I don't think I could even really do well in a FromSoft game, but I'll try it. Not this. I will try to go back and play more Code Vein and other FromSoft games, like the Souls-like games. But man, I got my ass handed to me in Code Vein. Eventually I'll go back to it, but nah, man, I can't. I think you get what I mean. That just honestly like takes the wind out of my sails when it comes to this kind of thing, man. If this shit looks awesome, but then you're gonna use something like that, oh man. You can't get translators or something, or just keep the language the same. You don't even need voice acting, like English voice acting. You just use subtitles. Oh, actually, just get proper, like, translators. You can't do that? Oh, man. Oh, shit, wait. She's still taking damage even though he hasn't hit her. Oh, interesting. Residual damage from... Oh. Maybe causing bleed? Oh, look at those status effects. I didn't even notice all that. Man! I hate how fun this looks, because this looks so fun. Damn! Dunked your ass. Oh, shit. Damn, okay. From Steam, AI-generated content disclosure. The developers describe how the game uses AI-generated content like this. This game includes AI-driven NPC text and voice chat that responds to player input in real time, plus optional AI-assisted character face generation. Oh, man. Well. Oh, well. Yeah, okay. I'm not touching this game then. That's a shame. I mean, I appreciate them actually being honest with actually putting up on the storefront about the AI stuff, but that's I just no, I'm good. I'm sorry. The game looks beautiful, but I can't touch that. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. Now this looks silly. This looks stupid. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the fact that Steam forces that as a thing on there, which is good. They should be upfront about these disclosures. Because trying to hide that shit's garbage. Hell, some developers even still do that shit. They still hide it. And then it takes public outcry from them to actually be like, oh yeah, we did use AI stuff. Like, why not be upfront about it, bro? Now, this shit, what's the difference? This shit is insanely stupid, but I would love to play this shit. Dinosaur with sword. Oh fuck. That's right. That's right. I remember seeing a thing about Tim Sweeney, I believe, about talking about it. So yeah, not surprised. Yeah, every time I open that shit up, it's always there.
Trailers and based
That makes a
on
lot of sense
a bunch
now.
of things that I've seen about this game, you can clearly slay dragons. Is that true?
There are dragons in the game, and you do fight them. We haven't revealed just yet whether or not you can actually slay them, but you can slay them, you can fly them.
Can you lay them?
I'm sorry to the Lua fans, but at this point,
Nah, they don't. You know what I've been seeing on my it's probably because of what I've been looking at, but every time I open up Steam, you know what's on there? A lot of the big games that people are checking out, and also adult games. I'm seeing a lot more adult games on the storefront being promoted, which is crazy to me.
What we can say is the world's at least twice as big as the
BG3?
open world and playable area of Skyrim. It's
I feel like I remember
larger
hearing
than
something
the
about
map
BG3, yeah.
of Red Dead Redemption
I think
2. Open world
didn't they
games are
also
about
get caught
doing
out for
things,
having AI stuff on there, and then when they got caught off for it, they took it off, right?
So we wanted to create a world that's not only massive, but is also incredibly interactive.
And then I think, like,
obviously you and your community.
I don't remember which
there are a
studio
lot
said
about
it, but I think
romance
they said they were going on with.
This is
I think the devs behind
that
Baldur's Gate 3
type of
also said their
game
new
in
game was
terms
also going to be
of,
using AI
elements
stuff in it or something around that time.
decision-making.
Massive,
What it
yeah.
is, though, is you
If it's not
choose
BG3's
the
devs, it's
type
like
of
another
character
dev
that you
studio
wanna
that's
play
also
as in terms of
very
your
prominent for an
progression
RPG they did recently.
within the systems in the game. And then through
Don't do
basically
it.
headcanon,
Don't
you're
do it.
having this very
I
different
know.
experience than other players.
Don't do the joke. I
because of the
know.
scope
I
and
know
scale
what
of
you're
the
gonna say.
game.
Don't do it.
You'll be distracted by something. You'll go on this quest line. You'll have an experience that'll be radically different.
Okay, do it.
Than
Go
someone
ahead. Say
else,
it.
even though they're playing the
Say
same
it.
game. The guiding principle for the game is around empowering the player and not forcing them into specific
You can
choices.
say it. You can
There's a
say
lot
it.
of time between now and launch in March for us to be able to elaborate on those systems, show people if they have, say, I have an hour to jump in
I
and
know
play
what
this
you
game,
said, but Nightbot said
after
no.
work,
Stop!
What is my experience going to look like? So we've done a little bit of showing when you're not in combat, how you're taking advantage and interacting in the world, harvesting resource, gathering them for a whole crafting system that we have in the game, for equipment, as well as
You can build your house, apparently.
there is a house. The world is
Oh my
made to
god,
be
how do I save you from being tapped out? How do I
and
save
that's
you?
also how you learn about the world. So by talking to NPCs, by
No,
taking
how
out
do I save you?
chickens, then you've learned and your codex will have been updated about the chicken.
What about
10-minute
things that
timeout.
go
I don't know if
beyond,
I could
like,
actually save
fighting?
you.
Is there like puzzles? Is
Oh,
there
shit, I
like
deleted it.
different
The
types of
fuck?
quests?
That's a great question. One of the things that we showcased, we had a team over to Korea to do a deep dive kind of behind the scenes last September. They came out and we showed them a glimpse of a bunch of different systems. One of the systems that we showed them was in what we call the aerial abyss.
There you
It's
go,
those
you're
sky
back.
islands that you see there. That's a
Welcome
very
back.
important and pivotal part in the story and quest and mystery surrounding the world. In those sky islands, there are puzzles. They all have a different vibe, if you will, and then treasures and rewards for completing them.
When can people get the game? Where can they get it? What does that look like for you guys?
The game comes out on
just look
March
into my
19th
eyes.
across
So
basically every platform. It'll be available on consoles, on PS5, as well as Xbox Series X and S, PC, as well as natively on Mac.
And that's Crimson Desert. Okay, good.
First, let's start with Where Winds Be. Well, since the game came out, I have played basically every day that game since it came out. I really like it. I love how many
You talking about Crimson Desert?
We just
Some-
did get new
something
footage
about
of
it's a little
boss fight, but the game is
iffy,
like
but I
goes
don't
way
know.
beyond this.
It's hard to, like-
You can play it single player. You can do everything by
You know
yourself.
what the really
can
scary
play
thing
with
is?
friends. You can have a
If
guild.
people, if
the game like is mind blowing, especially
storefronts-
because it's free. It's not pay to win.
if
everything in their store
storefronts
is
like
cosmetic.
Steam
So Where
didn't
Winds
go
Meet
out
is
their
such a
way,
crazy game because
yeah, see,
for
okay,
one, it's free,
if
which
storefronts
is
like
wild. It's
Steam
monetized
don't force
exclusively through
the
cosmetics.
companies to put
So
on
there's-
there
they've
about it
even said
being
we will
AI
never
generated,
monetize
you don't know if the
within
game's gonna be
which I
AI
guess
generated or
the way it
not,
should be.
because not all
they also want,
these storefronts
it
are
has
like
kind of two
requiring
sides to it, where
the
it does have
devs and the
single-player
studios to
adventure
show
side,
that it's
'cause
an
you can
AI
play it by yourself. You can play
integrated game,
co-op,
like there's AI
going
in
through,
it.
like the new boss fight
So
together
it's gonna be
with
hard to
your friends.
distinguish
And then
until
there's also
people
a
see
side of
things
which
in
is
it to
heavily
call them
inspired
out
by
on it.
classical MMOs,
Like see what
where,
happened with Call
a
of
player
Duty.
does something bad,
Like the
they get
recent
put in the
one,
back of a car and everybody
I think it
comes
was
in and
either
throws
the
tomatoes
last
at
one
I feel like it's a
before
modern
this
MMO
one.
that actually knows the
People
audience. Like,
found
we
an
love
AI
seeing those
generated
kind of
image
things,
in
and
the
those are the
game
kind
and
of
called
things that
them out
also
on
appeal
it. But
to-
if you don't
doesn't
find
matter
that
Eastern
stuff, how are you
or
supposed to
Western, but
know?
those are the
Like if
kind
you
of things
can't
people are
tell,
gonna talk about.
This game
especially if
is
they hide that
shocking
shit. But
on
I'm not
how
sure.
much depth it has.
There
Like,
really is
It's scary how AI is moving forward so quickly that things are being copied to the point where you can't really distinguish things unless you know exactly what to look for in these games and these
we
artworks.
watched
It's scary.
the boss fight, the Master's Message. It seems like it's based on, obviously, you're reading the Master's Message. You have to fight a different version.
You talking
of
about Where Winds Meet, or are you talking about Crimson
While we
Desert?
were watching it, you, Rob, specifically, were like you haven't played this game, but you're watching it and you're thinking, wow, maybe I should.
I'll be honest with you. I paid attention to like maybe a quick bit of it because I was focused on what you did.
Something about, you know how it is if you're fighting a boss and it's like the movement's almost fluid and you're almost like in rhythm with the boss and their moveset. And that's what makes games and like
I
that,
didn't
that
do
are
shit. Yeah,
boss-centric
okay.
so satisfying to play. There's something about mastering a boss's moveset.
Yeah.
I did
Well, I
see
think
at
a lot of
the
people like the combat in this game. Just like all that stuff you said, very true and very expansive. And then the flip side is
The combat is also really good.
Yeah, it looks
Oh,
very good.
it's
I
so
think that's like what Luke was
stupid.
talking about. It's just the fact that it's free to play. Even myself, before it was released, so like I was so skeptical of it. It's like there's no way that there's a catch. There's got to, because naturally with the nature of our industry, there's been so much free to play stuff that comes out and you're like, not what I expected. But this seems to be like a really, really quality game.
Then we also saw Dino Blade here, which an action game.
That's why I'm here.
Dino Blade, out of the three here, this is the one that I really, really want to look into, just because how silly the concept of dinosaur with a sword is.
For PC. It's about an hour-long demo, so you can play it if you want.
Wait, it's already out?
Have some fun. We got to see a new dinosaur, and
I'm
that
playing the
trailer
demo
that's
tomorrow.
never been seen before, and it's planned for release still in 2026, so sometime next year. No specific date right now. I'm kicking it to Rob first.
Dinosaurs with sword, like it's a dinosaur.
It's a dinosaur.
Soul. Like, dude, like just watching the trailer, like I could feel my testosterone rising. Like my bench press
Yeah, for Dino
max
Blade,
went up
yeah,
like
I
20
don't.
pounds.
So we'll
Dude,
see, we'll see.
The music and everything. Just
Dude,
really...
dude, the Linkin Park montages are gonna be great.
Dude, it's so weird.
It's
but so
ridiculous.
good.
Like,
I love
give it
it.
to me. I want it.
Highly anticipated, I think, across the board, just because it's like so fun. It's such a gamer game.
It's such a gamer
Dinosaur
game,
swords,
yeah.
you
I
can't
feel like a lot of people on Twitch, not surprised, but a
to end
lot of
things
these
off,
people
we
hate
have
these people.
Crimson Desert, a game
Another crazy good
everyone familiar with, I would say. It's been marketed for a very long time. People know it's coming. It's coming from Pearl Abyss.
I follow the
which
two
is
on the
Black
left.
Desert
They're the only two
well.
that I
The
know
entire
of.
game is
I
built
don't
on
really
their
watch them that
proprietary engine,
often,
which
but I
it
don't
was
know those
fascinating
two
to
guys that
hear
are gone in the middle.
how they
I only
broke it down,
know.
because, like, you see
I only
Crimson
know
Desert, there's
Luke
so many things
and
about it. Look too good to be
Lunacity.
true.
I don't know
They
about
look
the other
crazy.
two.
They have
Or the guy in the middle.
hundreds of enemies on screen. They have all of this physics simulation. They have crazy stuff where like they have sky islands. You can jump down from straight down to the surface. Like,
Can I just just to explain in the physics simulation that he's talking about? So, for example, if
Oh,
you
you put it on
have
the thing.
like a siege
Does that mean it's over?
weapon
This
and
is the
you
last thing?
throw a boat at a house, you can actually see the destruction starting from where the boat hit and everything else falling down, falling through it.
well, and people see that, and from our frame of like, you know, standard open worlds in Unreal Engine 5 or something, not that that's a bad engine or anything, but like we see that and we assume, okay, it's going to run terribly. Okay,
Man,
it's going to have frame
if you
drops or it's
don't,
gonna
if these
stutter.
devs
Okay,
don't know
this or
how
that.
to
But
properly
this is an
run
engine that they have
UE5,
built
the
from
games
ground
suffer
up
so
with
badly
this
because
game
UE5.
basically in mind.
I get why they
And
made
it's
it
just
as an
absolutely
engine, but
crazy
it
because
makes me
we've had
really
the
want
chance
people to just
play
go
it,
back to UE4.
and that
Just
just is
because
what
a
the
lot of
game
people,
is.
a lot of
It's
devs don't optimize the games
ridiculous
properly
and
for
crazy.
UE5,
And what's
which
even crazier
really
is
tanks
that
your
Will even
PC.
shared with
Look
us
what
some
happened
very
with Monster
special
Hunter last
information
year.
that we are breaking
That
here
game,
for the first
unfortunately,
time.
still, I don't know
size
if
of
they
the
fixed
game
how it
is
runs
huge.
now, but if they did, dope.
Times.
But for the longest time, it was struggling on PCs and
Didn't
consoles.
even rehearse that. That
No,
just
that just happened.
It's twice the size of Skyrim. It's actually bigger than the entire map of Red Dead Redemption 2.
Which is crazy.
Which I love that Will follows up by saying size doesn't matter, but in our game, it kind of does.
But like, we're bigger. It's crazy.
Well, I saw from from the first gameplay clip that you could ride a dragon and a bear. Like, quite honestly, I don't know how my body's gonna keep up with this level of testosterone. Between that
It
and
is
Dino
not the
Blade,
first
like,
season. It
it's
is
a-
not
if
the
there was
first
a dinosaur
game.
to ride, we'd be
Why are they there? So this is a creator, a creator showcase. So this is a group. The group's called New Game Plus. New Games Plus. And this is the showcase. So
But
all
also,
the
when you
people here
drop
are
a line
creators.
like that, you
They're
mention
all Twitch
confidence. Like,
streamers.
you don't drop a line like that without knowing that you are confident in your game.
They are
you
putting
mention that for a
themselves
reason.
in the same bucket as Skyrim and Red Dead 2, and I think that tells you all you need to know about their confidence level of where they're at.
Coming March 19th.
Coming March 19th.
Let's go. Thank you,
Wow.
those of you who stayed with us from beginning to end. We really appreciate you.
That
this has been
was-
a blast to work with on the
Lads, that
background.
was
Those
3.5
guys have been
hours.
Amazing.
I think
Not counting the pre-show for like 15 minutes. It was almost like
one. Obviously,
Three-
for like myself,
it could have been like 4
the
hours,
team,
honestly.
Production
Man.
team as well. I think this is awesome. Very cool that you guys were all down to try to do this. It's like a new thing. Also, thank you to the audience, right? Like whoever is watching this and trying to engage in something new, it does mean a lot to us and the developers.
Thank you so much to the devs for taking us seriously.
I do like the fact that they decided to
being
try this.
excited to share with us
It's just
what you have shared.
something
to talk
about
with
it.
us.
I guess because of how long it went.
Try to lower the barrier.
It
for
did
a lot
kind of like
developers to be
feel
able to showcase
long,
their games,
right?
even if
But
they
honestly,
don't have
I do
a
like
crazy
the fact
marketing
that
budget or they don't have some big publisher
they had
that
creators
can,
that they were
brute force it.
willing to
And,
come on here
the
for
crazy
creators and
amounts of
just
talent that we
showcase their
saw
new games coming
put on
out. I do
display
like the
today
fact that
is wild.
these games might not have
They
had
were
the
all
amount
very
of
humbled that we had the chance to
the
check
same
it out and share it with you.
chance to be showcased without having to spend like a lot of money for doing stuff on like Summer Games Fest, PlayStation Showcase, and Xbox's Showcase. You know, maybe even Nintendo Showcase. You know, stuff like that. I
A
like
lot of
this.
people that we spoke to, publishers and devs, again, thank you again, because they worked very hard to get this stuff to us and out and participate
And while
in it.
I'm not
And a lot of
really
people we talked to
interested
that
in
didn't
like a
participate
good
because
bit of
they
the
had
games
other
here,
plans. It's like,
there
well, we
are
didn't know about
quite a
this,
few
but
games that I
hopefully
am
for the
interested in,
next
and then
one, we
I'm
can
sure
plan
for
more
people
in
who are
advance
watching this, they
and
are
people
interested in those
can
games. So this is good.
be a part of
It's
it
good to
and,
get
like,
these
hey, let's go
games out there.
travel to people, right, and do interviews in person. Let's go.
Yeah, we want to grow on this. We want to do it better, but we got to get the first one out there. I
Yeah.
can't even stress the amount of times we brought up a game. I was like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that game existed until you explained it to me.
Right.
And now I'm interested in that game and the team behind it. Like that's the beauty of this show. Like that
Yeah,
was our ultimate
exactly
goal.
what
We
he
want to
said.
expose you guys to games you either did or did not know about, and then it also give you guys a different show of like this is the team behind it and the personalities you can attach yourself to for the
That's
future of
fair.
these games.
It was great putting faces to these developers as well because this industry naturally we're very critical of developers, but I think sometimes we forget that those are real people that pour their heart. That video games are art. and
They love it. They love their
love
game.
what they're doing, and I think that's awesome.
Well, to all of you guys out there,
That
this
is
has been
true.
the first ever
That is
edition
true,
of New Game
Just.
Plus. It has been an absolute honor.
You know
for all
who
of us to
else
come
was really
together,
big
and
on
hopefully
pushing Where
much
Winds Meet?
more coming in the
Sony.
future.
Are we
We
surprised?
all
No.
love at the very core. We love freaking video games, and we got to show you guys so much today, and hopefully more in the future. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Maybe in the
And
future,
here's to that future.
they will take the feedback and maybe not showcase any more of that stuff. So we'll see. But you know, for a first showing, it was all right. You know, outside of that showing of Where Winds Meet. But okay, yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for doing the showcase. I appreciate it. Thank you to guys who came through to watch the entire stream, including that. I don't want to know what the comments are because I'm pretty sure a lot of them are probably flaming them. Actually, let's see. Nah, it's gonna take a while. Okay, so I'm gonna call it here. While this loads up, I'm gonna rate us out because I've been going for 7 hours. It's the longest I've gone on stream in a minute. So I'm gonna rate us out. Who is live?